Good afternoon, Owls. My name is Jacob Kelley. Welcome to Howard Schellenberger Football Field, FAU Owl Football Stadium. It is Saturday, October 29th, 7 o'clock. It is time for football. Our 3-5 FAU Owls are welcoming in the UAB Blazers of 4-3. Tonight is the last opportunity for FAU to turn things around and start getting back on the winning road of things if they would like to finish the season with a winning record. Thank you all for tuning into today's broadcast here. A beautiful 7 o'clock evening is gone. The night has fallen. It is a cloudy sky, light breeze today as we are welcoming in our FAU Owls. The second to last game of the season here for our FAU Owls. Before we kick off here, as FAU will be kicking the ball away deep to University of Alabama, Birmingham, just on a personal note, this is my last football game here, and I promise you guys I'll be trying to hold it together the best I can. I've had an absolutely fantastic time commentating for our FAU Owls. It has been an absolute privilege to be here, up here in the booth, the sixth floor of the FAU Owl Football Stadium, here to bring you guys FAU football. It has been an honor. It is a privilege, but we still have football here to play. Our FAU Owls donning, for the first time in program history, a black uniform. And just from my vantage point, man, do they look sleek? Do they look crisp? Of course, with Halloween quickly coming upon us, makes perfect sense for FAU to don the all black with the shiny red helmets. FAU be kicking it deep. Set up to kick for the FAU Owls is number 36, Carter Davis. The kick is up, and the kick is away. Letting roll through the back of the end zone is the UAB returner, and things will start off at the UAB Blazers 25-yard line. It's the first time we are seeing our FAU Owls here in a couple of weeks. Last time we saw them, where it was a victorious effort against the Rice Owls, 17-14. Since we last spoke, our FAU Owls were on the road last week, taking on the UTEP Miners, unfortunately falling with a total of 24-21. In that game, the Cozy Perry, 164 yards and a touchdown. Larry McCammon led the way, 79 yards and a touchdown. LaJonte Wester was the leading receiver, 5 catches for 69 yards. Out for the Blazers is Dylan Hopkins in the pistol formation, and we have a very quick penalty flag as 3 flags are quickly thrown on the play. That is a false start, number 62. And I apologize. That is quarterback Jacob Zeno in for the injured Dylan Hopkins here on the first play of the drive. Jacob Zeno so far through the season, 9 of 22, 96 yards, 40% completion percentage. So an inexperienced quarterback here getting the start. The redshirt junior out of San Antonio, Texas, takes the snap, fakes the handoff, rolls to his right, has a man on the 20-yard line, hits him, and sheds 1 tackle and is eventually brought down at the 28-yard line. That being the tight end, number 48, Bryce Damos, with the catch there on the season so far. Bryce is the 7th leading receiver, that only getting his 6th catch on the season. Coming into this game, 5 catches for 56 yards on the season. Now, it appears that the referees indicated that he was down much sooner than I anticipated. So we have a 2nd and 8 here, shotgun formation. Man coming in motion from across the right to the left. Jacob taking the snap, handing the ball off up the middle, getting down to the 30, across the 35-yard line, and over the first down marker to the 36-yard line. On the carry was number 2, Dwayne McBride. 22, Dwayne McBride. 1st and 10 here from the 36-yard line. Jacob Zeno, shotgun formation, pistol formation rather, with Dwayne McBride behind him. 2 receivers to his right, 1 wide receiver to his left. McBride behind him in the backfield. Takes a snap, hands it off immediately. Up the middle goes McBride, and absolutely nothing there for him. McBride stopped at the line of scrimmage. Emerging from the pack is number 7, Latrell Jean, with the tackle. Coming into this game, this is the 9th meeting between the two schools. The Owls hold the series advantage of 5-3. 3 of those winnings coming here at home. Back out now for 2nd and 10. Jacob Ellis again out of the pistol. 2 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Now coming across, Manning to the left. Jacob hanging it up the middle. And again, nothing there. Even better of an effort by the FAU Owls as they were able to get through the offensive line to come up with a tackle. Courtney McBride coming there, getting through for a loss of 3 on the play. So big 3rd down here early in the first quarter. 12 minutes, 42 seconds on the clock. FAU with a 3rd down opportunity to get here off the field. Jacob Ellis, as he has every single snap so far, pistol formation. Now his running back, Jermaine Brown Jr., rolls to his left, then now settles on his right. 2 receivers either side. Jacob takes the snap, looks to the right, pressure getting in on him, throws it, and incomplete pass. Great outside pressure coming from the pass rush of FAU. Marlon Bradley able to get pressure there on the quarterback. Pass fell short, had a man open. Had his wide receiver, number 7, Samario Rudolph, open. However, unable to complete the pass. And the FAU defense able to stop the UAB Blazers on their first drive as the punt team now comes out. Out to punts for the UAB Blazers is number 98, Kyle Greenwell, the 6'1", 210-pound senior out here to kick. And the kick is away. Good pressure up front by the FAU Owls. Deep back, LaJonte Wester calls for the fair catch and has to do a little bit of an over-the-shoulder catch. However, is able to come down with things. So with 12 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter, FAU will be setting up deep within their own territory on their own 15-yard line. As I mentioned, our Owls came out last week, traveling to El Paso, Texas, and were not able to get the job done. Larry McCammon was able to get in the end zone with a 32-yard rushing attempt. TJ Young with a 72-yard interception return, his 2nd of the season, his 2nd pick 6 of the season. And Austin Evans was also able to catch a touchdown by N'Kosi Perry to tie the game at 21 apiece. However, eventually did fall to a Gavin Bakley 27-yard field goal at the end. N'Kosi takes the snap, hands the ball off up the middle. That be to Larry McCammon. And nothing going for McCammon as he is stopped on the 15-yard line for no gain. Tackle on the play was made by Kelly Sanders on the play. So we have a Jacob, we have a Kelly. Would you look at that? Little shout out to me. Shotgun formation, N'Kosi Perry, 2 receivers to his left, Jamal Edrin to his right. Looking Edrin's way, dumps it down to Larry McCammon. He's able to make one man miss, getting across the 25-yard line, and picks up the 1st down. N'Kosi Perry in shotgun formation looked to his right, did not have Edrin open, so he dumped down to Larry McCammon. Larry McCammon caught it 7 yards beyond the line of scrimmage as the Owls go quickly. N'Kosi handing off up the middle to Larry McCammon, who bulldozes his way to the 30-yard line for a pickup of about 4.5 on the play. Back-to-back plays there going to Larry McCammon as Larry McCammon stays in the game. Johnny Ford making his first appearance of the game here today. Johnny Ford so far on the season, 24 carries, 101 yards, getting his first appearance here for the Owls. In pistol formation, N'Kosi Perry hands it off. This time to Johnny Ford. Johnny Ford able to get outside and is able to get to the 34-yard line before being pushed out of bounds. On the tackle there, Grayson Cash shoving Johnny Ford out of bounds just short of the yard to gain. The FAU Owls will have a 3rd down here, 3rd and 2 from their own 34-yard line. N'Kosi, shotgun formation. This time, hands it up the middle. Zabiri Mobley checked into the game. Zabiri appears to have the 1st down marker. It'll be depending on the spot. The referee's early indication that they do have a 1st down. So the 2nd FAU 1st down here of the drive. 10 minutes, 30 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Thank you for tuning into FAU Owl Radio. Thank you for tuning into JK Productions. N'Kosi Perry this time hands up the middle again. This time only managing to pick up 2 yards on the play. Looks like Zabiri Mobley there on the carry, and Zabiri lost his helmet, so will have to come out for a play. So Larry McCammon checking back into the game. Also checking in the game, Jamal Edrin, and also number 11, Javion Posey, checking in the game. 2nd and 8, 10-10 left to go here in the first quarter. Nkosi shotgun formation, this is a Wildcat formation with Willie Tiger Jr. in the game. Javion Posey in the game. Getting across the 41-45 yard line with Posey keeping the ball there. Javion had the option to hand it off to Jaquan Burton, who's coming across from left to right on the play. Picking up 7 yards on the play, bring up a 3rd and 1 from the FAU 45-yard line. Third down and 1 from the 45. Trips to Nkosi's right. Bunched on the line of scrimmage. Nkosi takes the snap. QB rush as he gets to the outside. There's a flag down on the play as Nkosi picks up the first down and gets into Blazers territory. Gets down to the 45-yard line. However, there is a penalty flag thrown on the play. Hold on number 78, Dorian Hinton. 6'4", 317-pound redshirt sophomore there, guilty of the hold. So FAU and Nkosi Perry were able to pick up the first down there on the play. However, due to the penalty, the yardage will take them back to the 35-yard line where they'll have a 3rd and 11. Shooting themselves in the foot there. Mistakes that you cannot have. Mistakes we've seen a lot from this FAU offense throughout the season. One of the keys coming into the game is just being more organized, and we've seen that spoken from head coach Willie Taggart. We'll get to that in a second. Nkosi takes the snap, looks to his left, looks over the middle, scrambles, has nothing there. Scrolling up in the pocket, gets to the 40, trying to get outside to the first down marker, and it appears he has picked it up as he's being shoved out of bounds. See where the referee deems him out, and it appears to be just a yard short. So Nkosi Perry, with the quarterback keeper there, saw nothing he liked as UAB was playing a soft zone coverage there. Nkosi scrambles up the middle and is able to pick up 10 yards on the play. So a decision here by Willie Taggart and his offensive coaching staff to go for it or not with only 8.5 minutes on the clock here in the first quarter. It appears that Willie Taggart is electing to keep the offense on the field. So we have Nkosi Perry, shotgun formation, referee standing over the ball, allowing UAB to substitute men in. Nkosi, shotgun formation, Larry McCammon alongside him, and due to some miscommunications, UAB is going to be calling a timeout as they had men running up and off the field. So a critical 4th and 1 here early on in the game. 8 minutes, 17 seconds left in this first quarter. FAU will have a decision to make during this timeout, whether they would like to continue with this drive and go for it or give the ball in the hands to their punter, number 46, Riley Thompson. Thank you all for tuning into FAU Owl Radio. Thank you for tuning into JK Productions. My name is Jacob Kelley. I'm here by myself, but still getting it done. Thank you all very much for tuning in today. While the teams huddle to make their decisions, make their calls, we'll take a break. We'll be right back. Thank you all for tuning in today. Hey, so since I'm by myself, Donovan, I'm not sure if this is you that's in here. I'm not going to go to break. I'm not going to break here on the YouTube channel. So the 3 people that I see live, this mic's going to be on. This mic's going to be on the entire time. So thank you guys. Thank you 3 for tuning in today. This is my last broadcast. Like I said, I'm by myself. So why not just keep this mic on the whole time? I don't really care. And we're back. And after further discussion, Willie Taggart bringing out his punter. So not taking the risk early on. Riley Thompson out here to punt from his own, setting up shop on his own 31-yard line. The snap is good. Riley Thompson, the Aussie-style kicker, kicks it deep. His ball drifting to the right and is fair caught on the 14-yard line. Fair catch there by number 4, Starling Thompson, the 5th. Don't see a lot of the 5ths here. But with that, 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Jacob Kelley here in the booth. Thank you all for tuning into FAU Owl Radio. Score is still tied after each team's have had a possession. 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to go here, Boca Raton, Florida. Thank you all for tuning into tonight's broadcast. I need some Gus Johnson vibes. Hey, I do what I can. You know, can't all be as good as the GOAT. I'm actually vlogging this So I'm actually going to record a little bit right now. I want to document this to see how it's my last game. So we got my live stream right here. Everybody on the live stream, say hi. We got the game just started. 8 minutes, 9 seconds coming, or 8 minutes, 9 seconds still on the clock. How you guys can't see that. There you go. 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to go. Each team's possessed the ball so far. Being in the booth here by myself is definitely a different experience. Not used to this. But, you got to do what you got to do. I've never vlogged before. This feels so weird. Like, I don't know what to do. I don't know what to say. I don't know, I don't know if I'm even being interesting to listen to. There's barely anybody here today. I've thought about doing vlogs for going to Dolphins games. I just never have. It'd be a little annoying bringing a camera into the game, but I kind of wanted to do it. I don't even know if I get in trouble for recording the actual game a little bit. I don't know. I don't know if anybody's going to say anything or anybody's even going to watch the video and find out. What do you mean I'm always late? What are you talking about? Oh, there go my keys. What are you talking about? I'm always late. And we are back here. 8 minutes, 9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. 0-0 as each team has possessed the ball here in the first quarter. Thank you all for tuning into FAU Owl Radio. Thank you for tuning into JK Productions. UAB taking over possession on their own 15-yard line. Excuse me, after a Riley Thompson punt sets them up deep in their own territory. Snapping the ball, Jacob Kelley passing outside wide to his right, making a few men miss. However, ultimately losing a yard on the play is the running back Jermaine Brown Jr. with his first reception on the game. Jacob Zeno there, getting his first start of the season. Not used to him being the starter here after Dylan Hopkins is not available for today's game. Coming into today's game, Dylan Hopkins was officially listed as doubtful. However, the Merrifield, Tennessee native was not able to suit up today. Ellis snaps the ball, looks to his right, hits his man on the flat, and is immediately tackled out of bounds. Tackle there on the play by Michael Antoine Jr. Pass on the play was to Terrell McDonald. And FAU has another third down opportunity here to stop the Blazers from going and getting the first down. Blazers checking in new men on the play. 3rd and 5 here from their own 20-yard line. Now they have another man running off the field late, and that is going to draw a penalty. Too many men on the field. So some dysfunction from the very start by the UAB team. We saw on that 4th and 1, they were not able to get men properly off the field, drawing their first time out of the game. And now on a critical 3rd and 5 to avoid going 3 and out on their second drive, a too many men on the field penalty backs them up to the original line of scrimmage at the 15-yard line. It is 3rd down, 6:55 left to go here in the first quarter. UAB coming off a loss to Western Kentucky Hilltoppers, a team we saw our FAU Owls take on earlier in this. We'll be taking on the game season finale, as a matter of fact. Jacob Ellis, shotgun formation, takes a snap, looks to his right, has his man in the right. However, the pressure getting up the middle disrupts the pass. Rushing the passer was Decarius Hawthorne there on the play, the sophomore out of Birmingham, Alabama. Ellis was overshot his target. Was attempting to hit number 48, Bryce Damus. So a 3 and out here by the FAU defense to get the ball back and should have very good field position. LaJohntay Wester set up at his own 40-yard line. Their punter, number 98, Kyle Greenwell, on his own goal line. FAU brought the house there, not able to get home. And on a bounce, this will roll back, take a very friendly FAU bounce as it eventually stops at the 44-yard line where FAU will take over their second possession of the ball game. And we have a timeout on the play, and we will take a timeout with them. Thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast. 6 minutes, 15 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Neither team able to get points on the scoreboard yet. The Owls will come out for their second possession on their own 45-yard line. What's up, Jacob? How's it going? How you doing, sir? Are the Gators? The Gators end up getting destroyed. I'll have you open trying to mount it. Ooh. Let's see what ended up happening. 42-20. Lovely. Oh, jeez. Oh, well. Oh, the Heat are getting destroyed right now. Oh my gosh, 71-49? It's the Kings? Marcelo's not going to like that. Tennessee 7-0, USC 3-0. Oh my gosh. Jeez. Yeah, this is going to be this side. They can't hear me right now. Just have to double check, make sure. Yeah, they can't hear me right now. I don't see why not. I just keep talking during the breaks. It's not going to be doing anything else better. I hate Diet Coke. The team is sponsored by Coke Zero, right? Why is there only Diet Coke? There's regular Coke or Sprite, right? But like, if you're sponsored by Coke Zero, why do we have Diet Coke? I want Coke Zero. You know you gotta stick by me. Soon as you see the text, reply me. I don't wanna see time passing. It's gonna be awkward if I submit this tape in for a job interview one day. And they're just like, what is this guy doing? Welcome back to FAU Owl Football Stadium. 6 minutes and 15 seconds on the clock here in the first quarter. Neither team's able to put up points yet to this point. The Owls have the ball on their own 44-yard line to take over their second possession of the game. N'Kosi Perry, shotgun formation, hand the ball up the middle to Larry McCammon, getting through the first line of defenders and is eventually tackled down at the 50-yard line. Up to this point in the season, Larry McCammon has pretty easily been the top rusher for this FAU offense as FAU goes very quickly. N'Kosi under center, handing off again to Larry McCammon, who is, again, just balling himself through. Wow. Larry McCammon is, putting it kindly, is not the largest of individuals. Larry McCammon, who on the season so far, 122 carries, 696 yards coming into this game. Easily the leading rusher, 5.7 a carry. Larry McCammon is listed officially at 5'11", 204. However, that might be a little generous for Larry. N'Kosi shotgun formation, this time dropping back, looking deeper in the middle field, and has his man, LaJonte Wester, and he catches it. LaJonte catches it deep in his own territory, or deep in UAB territory, catching it at the 15-yard line. The play action got the Blazers to bite. Dropping back was N'Kosi and hitting his man coming across the middle. Now N'Kosi takes a quick snap, looks to his left, has Jamal Edrin one-on-one pass coverage, and that is quite easily a pass interference call as 2 or 3 flags are thrown on the play. Beautiful ball on the previous play by N'Kosi Perry there. Drops back, has all the time in the world. Great job protecting N'Kosi. This offensive line did, as N'Kosi was able to take his time and complete a beautiful fat pass over the middle of the field, connecting with LaJonte Wester. This pass interference call is called on Starling Thompson, the 5th. The ball will be set up deep in Blazers territory. The Owls will have the ball on the 2-yard line. And you have all the choices in the world here. Larry McCammon, 4 touchdowns. Zabiri Mobley, 3. N'Kosi Perry, 3. Running the ball is the forte of this team. N'Kosi Perry snaps the ball, hands it off up the middle, pushing his way close to the goal line is Larry McCammon. However, it does eventually fall short on the 1-yard line. The Owls in the red zone for the first time of the game. However, something that head coach Willie Taggart talked about earlier this week is preventing the mistakes in the red zone. We've seen quite a few turnovers over the last few games in the red zone, opportunities to score that would have changed the game for the Owls. Last week, only a 3-point game against UCF, a fumble in the red zone, ultimately leading to the then downfall of the Owls. N'Kosi snaps it again, shotgun formation, hands up out the middle again. There's nothing there. Larry McCammon handed the ball off, this time losing about half a yard on the play. So the Owls will now have 3rd and goal on the 2-yard line here with 4.5 minutes to go in the first quarter. McCammon stays in the game. Jaquan Byrne out right, LaJohntay Wester out left. Bunch heavy formation on the line. N'Kosi this time hands off again, but a pre-snap penalty stops things, and thankfully for the Owls it did, because that was another handoff that went absolutely nowhere for the Owls. False start on LaJohntay Wester. Came in motion from outside to the slot and started going for the snap. FAU comes into this game averaging 28.5 points per game, has 229 total points on the season and 30 total touchdowns. This team needs to do a better job at converting in the red zone, however, and turning the ball over has been a big shot in the foot to this team so far this season. 3rd and goal from the 7. Now N'Kosi, shotgun formation, trips to his right. Jamal Edrin to his left. N'Kosi drops back, looks to his right, and got to be some sort of miscommunication there because N'Kosi overthrows LaJohntay Wester, and maybe if there's even 2 LaJohntay Westers on the field, one standing on the other shoulders, still would not have completed the pass there. So FAU with good field position, not able to get in the end zone as the kicking team comes back onto the field. Morgan Suarez out to attempt the kick. On the season so far, Suarez is 7-11, kicking 64% on the season. This is a very makeable kick. The kick is up. The kick is good. However, there is some laundry on the play. And I'm sorry, that was actually no good. However, a penalty flag thrown before the snap might get the Owls another attempt at things. Wow. An offsides call. Number 20, Devondrick Bynum jumping offsides there, getting a little giddy. So we've seen some very key mistakes hurt the Blazers so far in this game. And this is going to allow the Owls to think about going for it. However, it looks like the decision has been made to stick with the kicking unit after Morgan Suarez misses that last kick. Now for a 20-yard field goal, an easier kick. Morgan Suarez is out. The snap is good. The kick is up. And the kick, it was a little wobbly, a little scary there. However, the kick is good. The FAU Owls take the lead here with 3:37 left to go in the first quarter. 3-0 over the UAB Blazers. Larry McCammon there was a big piece of the drive, getting the team across midfield. And then N'Kosi Perry striking at the 15-yard line with LaJohntay Wester. First real big play of this game. The Owls were able to then push it to the 2-yard line and were ultimately stopped by the Blazers' defensive front. 3 points is what the Owls will have to settle with here as the first quarter will soon be coming to an end. Thank you all for tuning in to FAU Owl Radio. Thank you for tuning in to JK Productions. My name is Jacob Kelley here at FAU Owl Football Field, Howard Schnellenberger Field. Score is 3-0. We'll be right back. Oh, man. Oh, these chairs are great for cracking your back. Very fitting for Halloween. Bro. These jerseys are sick. I think we have one of the best helmets in all of college football. Like the shiny red. I don't even know what type of red that would be. I don't really care. It's red. It's crisp. It's sexy. And then the black jerseys. Where did I see that was like the first time in like school history ever doing that? I read it somewhere. I'm not just making that. Oh, yeah. I'm not just making that up. It is the first time. Ooh, has the baseball game started yet? And we are back. We are back here. 3 minutes, 7 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. FAU takes the lead with a Morgan Suarez kick. This kick is very poorly done as the return man for UAB tries to catch the ball. It bounces out of bounds. However, there is a flag marker on the play, so it may be a kick out of bounds. There is no penalty flag on the play, so that means the UAB Blazers will be taken over on their own 4-yard line. A mental lapse there by the return man as he tries to field the ball on the sideline. It hits him and bounces out of bounds. So the Blazers will be setting up shop deep within their own territory here on their third drive of the game. The UAB football team has had a great run of things on the road so far at home so far this season, winning all 4 of their games at home, but are winless on the road. Football team looks for its first road win of the season as the Blazers travel down here to Boca Raton. Both UAB and FAU enter the contest 2-2 in league standings, are coming off a 3-point road loss. UAB with a quick handoff up the middle here goes for maybe 1 yard on the play. Dwayne McBride there on the carry. So both these two teams coming off 3-point losses last week. FAU falling to UTEP. Last week, the UAB Blazers falling to Western Kentucky. Both winnable games and saw it come down to the wire. FAU's, of course, ending in heartbreak style, losing on the last play of the game. A game-winning kick for the UTEP. Jacob is in pistol formation, hands it off again, this time to McBride again. McBride able to get down to the 10-yard line, where FAU will have another third down opportunity. A third down opportunity to get off the field here without allowing a first down on the drive. This Blazers offense has been stagnated with the loss of their leader, the last of their quarterback, Dylan Hopkins. Dylan Hopkins had himself a very good season up to this point. 1,233 yards, 7 touchdowns, completing 67% of his throws. Only 2 interceptions on the season. Jacob Zeno, with not even a fraction of that same work, has had 2 interceptions, only 2 touchdowns, and has been sacked twice. 2s all around. Jacob snaps the ball, looks to his left, has a man open, and was he able to tap it? The referee on the sideline says no. He was out of bounds. Line judge Jonathan May there on the call. Had a very good angle of it, and wide receiver was not able to get the toe tappy down. So for the second consecutive series, FAU was able to cause a 3-and-out. And again, the Owls should be getting very good field position. LaJonte Wester on his own 43, 44-yard line. And yet again, Kyle Greenwell is punting it from his own end zone. We've seen the Owls send pressure on previous punts. This time, setting a little less pressure, setting up for the return. This ball does end up well out of bounds. So FAU will be setting up in UAB territory. Just a matter of how far in will this go. The referee continuing to march down and eventually stops at the Blazers 42-yard line. Thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast. FAU has the lead 3-0 thanks to a Morgan Suarez kick, and we'll be coming back out for their third possession of the game after 2 3-and-outs by the UAB offense. Thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast. 2:08 left to go in the first quarter. Jacob Kelley here for FAU Owls Radio. We will be right back. I got the Tennessee-Kentucky game here on my phone, and one of the coaches, for a second, I thought was Mike McDaniel, and I was so perplexed. Uh-oh. Not quite. Okay, the Heat are making a little bit of a comeback, 76-60 now. There's not a lot goes on in here during these timeouts. I just sit around waiting. Kind of just make it up as I go, honestly. We are back here. Thank you for tuning in to FAU Owl Radio. N'Kosi Perry, shotgun formation. Johnny Ford in the ball game alongside him. N'Kosi takes the snap, passes out to his left. Johnny Ford able to get to the outside and is shoved out of bounds at the 40-yard line. Johnny Ford seeing a little bit of action here. Has not seen a lot of action after last season, nearly eclipsing 900 yards on the season. We've seen a lot more from Larry McCammon so far this year. FAU Owls going quick here. N'Kosi Perry, shotgun formation. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Johnny Ford again behind him in the backfield. This time, N'Kosi looking deep to the left sideline, not able to hit Jamal Edrine, bring up a very quick third down here on the drive. Jamal Edrine was in kind of one-on-one. The safety was looming over and maybe could have made the play if necessary. However, Jamal not able to outbody the corner there on the play, bring up a very quick 37 for the FAU offense. N'Kosi shotgun formation, Edrin to the left, Wester, Burton, and William Ford, I believe that is, over to the right-hand side. Haven't seen a lot of action of him so far this season. N'Kosi takes the snap, looks over the middle of the field, hits his man in stride. However, only able to get to the 35-yard line. Was number 3, Larry McCammon there. So decisions to be made again. FAU considered going for it earlier on in the game, and this UAB offense has not been able to move the ball. So do you consider just taking the chance here and going for it? And so far, that is what Willie Taggart and his offensive coaching staff is set to do. After a 4-yard gain, we have a 4th and 4. FAU in Blazers territory on the 35-yard line, a little too far from Morgan Suarez's range. By himself in the backfield is N'Kosi Perry. Shotgun takes the snap, looks to his right, looks deep downfield, as a man wide open, walking into the end zone. Touchdown, Owls. Walking into the end zone. Nobody even near him is Johnny Ford. FAU lined up with 3 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Johnny Ford was left all by himself there to pick up the touchdown. A defensive lapse leads to a Johnny Ford touchdown. The FAU Owls take a 9-7 lead as Morgan Suarez now comes out for the kick. The snap is good. The kick is up. The kick is good. The FAU Owls extending their lead 10-0 with only 50 seconds left to go here in the first quarter. Johnny Ford there with the deep pass down the field. Johnny Ford's first touchdown of the season. I never would have thought it would have taken the end of October for Johnny Ford's first touchdown of the year. However, no better time for it to come as FAU takes a 10-0 lead over a struggling UAB Blazers team. The faith shown in N'Kosi Perry on the play ends up producing good fruit, as on a 4th down play, N'Kosi taking a shot to the end zone results in 6, with the Owls now with a 10-0 lead over the Blazers. Now out to kick for the Owls is number 36, Carter Davis. Deep to return is number 4, Starling Thompson, the 5th. And I believe number 1, Jermaine Brown Jr. Brown Jr. is the man who ultimately led to the good field position for the Owls on the previous drive, with a real lapse in judgment, trying to field the ball on the sideline rather than just letting it go out of bounds. Blazers have the ball set up at their own 4-yard line, and a quick 3-and-out led to the Owls getting the ball and that touchdown there on the previous drive. For UAB, Dwayne McBride is on pace to establish all of UAB's single-season rushing records as he eyes All-American honors and major postseason awards. McBride is leading the nation with an average of 162.5 rushing yards per game, and despite missing the first game of the season, he still has the 3rd most rushing yards in the nation this season. Quick snap, Ellis rolls out to his right, able to hit his wide receiver on the sideline and picking up the first down. It's his man T.J. Jones there on the play, picking up the first down. As I was saying, McBride has 975 yards already and 11 touchdowns and is coming off a game at Western Kentucky where he rushed for 197 yards. Not only is McBride the nation's leading rusher in 2022, but he is the NCAA career active leader in rushing yards per game and yards per carry, that being 111 per game and 7.1 per carry. Jacob Ellis, shotgun formation. This time, hand the ball up the middle again to Dwayne, and nothing there for McBride. The Owls have done a good job at holding McBride to short gains so far to this point, as the clock trickles down to triple zeros here in the first quarter. Our FAU Owls with a 10-0 lead, really holding this UAB defense and backup quarterback Jacob Zeno to nothing so far through the first quarter. Thank you all for tuning in to FAU Owl Radio. My name is Jacob Kelley. This is JK Productions here at Howard Schnellberger Football Field, FAU Football Stadium. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Vlogging time. So through the first quarter, FAU has a 10-0 lead and have been killing it. UAB's without their starting quarterback, which sucks for them, but I don't want to hear it. Everyone's got people beat up, and if the Dolphins can do it, well, actually they didn't do it. Jacob Zeno, their backup quarterback, has not looked great so far, and the Owls have put together two pretty good possessions here with a 10-0 lead through the first quarter.
And it's now time for the Investment Investor Goal Kick Challenge. Tonight we have Liam defeating. Are you ready, Liam? All right. Count it down for you.
Small things. Something I don't know the words of the song. Some doofus is about to try to kick a field goal. This did not go well the last time they had this guy come out here. I like that was the same guy. And not even close. Okay, it can't be that hard to kick a field goal. It can't be that hard. Like, I've seen two doofuses try to kick field goals, and neither time went well. I guess it is hard. I don't know. He probably just came out from a whole day of drinking too, so. And we are back here with the start of the second quarter. 10-0 our FAU Owls with a lead. Set up on their own 37-yard line are the UAB Blazers, led by quarterback Gino Ellis. Jacob Zeno getting the start today after Dylan Hopkins is down with an injury, was questionable coming to this game, however, is going to be missing today's battle. Zeno coming in here on his own 36-yard line. Man coming in motion from the right to the left is TJ Jones. One receiver either side. McBride behind him. Pistol formation. This time hand the ball off to McBride. McBride able to bust through the offensive line and is gone. 30, 25, 20, 10, 5. The leading rusher in all of college football is able to get in the end zone as UAB puts up their first points of the ball game. McBride there with great blocking by his offensive line, able to get into the end zone. McBride, as I previously mentioned, the leading rusher in college football in yards per game, is averaging 7 a carry. Now, his rushing numbers for the season have eclipsed over 1,000 yards, that being his 12th touchdown of the season. The extra point is up, and it is good as UAB cuts into FAU's lead with a 10-7 score line on the first play here in the second quarter. That does change the stats I'm about to read you. This being the first quarter stats. FAU obviously had that 10-0 lead, which is no longer here. For UAB, Dwayne McBride had only had 16 yards before that long touchdown rush. Passing game, Jacob Zeno, 4 of 7, 23 yards and a long of 11 yards. TJ Jones, the leading receiver, 1 catch for 11 yards. Things a lot more bountiful for the FAU offense as N'Kosi Perry was 4 of 6 for 69 yards, including that touchdown deep down the field to Johnny Ford. Larry McCammon had 2 catches for 5 yards. Johnny Ford, the leading receiver, 1 catch for 35, and LaJonte connecting on that deep pass down the middle for 29 yards. Larry McCammon has the lead in the rushing attack for the Owls with 28 yards. N'Kosi Perry has 10, Javian Posey with 7, and Johnny Ford 2 carries for 6 yards so far. Deep back is Johnny Ford to take the kick, and he allows this kick to roll through the end zone, so the Owls will be taking over for their 4th possession of the ball game on their own 25-yard line. After a hot start to the season, the Owls have seen games dropped 4 out of the 5 last matchups, winning the opening game of the season against Charlotte 43-13, then falling on the road to Ohio 41-38, and then Southeastern Louisiana was the last win, 42-9, before taking on Rice here in the last game, 17-14. So losing 4 out of 5 is not it's by no means a good thing, as this is the Owls' last opportunity to try to get a winning record. Zabiri Moby takes the handoff up the middle and gets about 3 yards on the carry. If the Owls were to win out from here on out, that would be good enough for a winning record and a bowl game. However, with a loss here, the Owls would fall to 3-6. And then with only 3 games left on this season, would not be able to have a winning record. N'Kosi Perry fakes the handoff, rolls out to his right this time. Block is being thrown in front of him, however, just getting to the outside for about 3 yards on the play. Leading the way, blocking for N'Kosi was number 88, Marvin Alandi, the 6'4 junior tight end. To bring up another quick third down here for the FAU offense. 3rd and 5 on their own 30-yard line. 14 minutes left to go here in the first quarter. Zabiri Mobley alongside N'Kosi in the backfield. Trips to his right. Quarterback keeper up the middle goes N'Kosi Perry. And N'Kosi only able to pick up 3 yards on the play, getting the ball down to the 33-yard line. So with 4th down here approaching, likely you see Riley Thompson out here to punt. And that is going to be the case as the Owls go 3 and out here on their 4th possession, their first possession here in the second quarter. 4th and 2 from the 33. Riley Thompson setting up on his own 17-yard line. Starling Thompson, the 5th, is setting up deep. And this ball, it takes a beautiful bounce as it is stopped at the 1-yard line. Great play by the Owls special teams, downing the ball at the 1-yard line. This is going to be a great field position for this FAU Owl defense as they look to come back out here and hold the Blazers and getting the ball back with hopeful good field position. There is a penalty marker, though, on the play. There is a hold here on UAB, number 33, Colby Dempsey. With the ball on the 1-yard line, you can't really go much closer to the end zone than that. So on their own half-yard line, truly, UAB Blazers be taking over after scoring on their previous possession. Down 10-7, 13:04 left to go here in the second quarter. Jacob Kelley for FAU Owl Radio. Thank you all for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Can't mount TV, don't have a studs finder or the right draw. That sucks. You trying to mount it like in your gaming room, or are you trying to mount it in the living room? Gaming room. Makes sense. Do you end up where the 3 strings go? Right. Oh, ooh. I see where you're going for there. Did you end up uploading the video yet or no? I'm gonna upload. So I uploaded the spicy takes today. I'm gonna upload the. Makes sense. I'm gonna upload the Dolphins trade targets tomorrow after the game. So hopefully that's gonna get some clicks because hopefully the Dolphins win and people are going to YouTube and searching Dolphins and stuff. Getting it all back up temporarily. Tomorrow, I didn't check. I'll check tomorrow. I'm not going to be able to game tonight. I'm going over to my dad's, and I have to be up early for church. Tomorrow, though, I'll be able to play after Sunday Night Football. And if all went well, it should have downloaded properly. Saturday night, yeah. And we are back here. Thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast here on FAU Owl Radio. My name is Jacob Kelley. Also streaming over on my YouTube channel, JK Productions. Thank you for everybody for tuning into that. FAU with a beautiful punt by Riley Thompson, setting up UAB deep in their own territory. Taking the snap is Jacob, looking deep down the left side of the field. And great catch there on the play. Pass completed to his wide receiver, Trey Shropshire. One-on-one coverage there, man on man. And as Trey is able to come down with it, and he gets the Blazers from deep in their own territory all the way down to their own 43-yard line. So great way to flip field possession there on the first play of the drive for Jacob Zeno. This time snapping the ball, handing the ball off up the middle is Jacob. This run play only going for about 2 yards. Jermaine Brown there on the rush. We haven't seen a lot out of the UAB offense before that last drive. And, of course, we did see the long rushing play there by one of the best rushers in college football on a yards per play basis. He is the best in college football. Dwayne McBride there taking the long rushing touchdown on the previous drive for the Blazers. Now with 12 minutes left to go here in the second quarter, UAB has the ball driving on their own 46-yard line. Jacob Zeno handing the ball off up the middle. This time, ball is stuffed at the line of scrimmage. Emerging from the pack, claiming the tackle for FAU is number 26, Michael Boone there on the tackle. Freshman there making an impact. And we have a third down as UAB was able to get off their own goal line. However, now here with a third and long 11.5 minutes left to go here in the second quarter. Jacob Zeno in the pistol, 2 receivers either side of him, looking to his left. Good pocket awareness and great pass. A high-pointed pass to his man, Trey Shropshire. Another deep ball down the sideline, this time down to the 35-yard line of FAU. So 2 really big throws here by Jacob Zeno. One to get him off their own end zone and one on a third and long there, getting the ball into FAU territory, picking up the first down is Zeno. Ball down now to the 35-yard line. Checking back into the game is Dwayne McBride, who eclipsed 1,000 yards on the season with his long touchdown run on their last drive, got his 12th touchdown. Pitch goes to his man, wide receiver, number 3. This ball goes out to the outside, out of bounds. TJ Jones there took the pitch, or shuffle, whatever you want to call it. Technically a pass on the play. Picking up 4, 5, maybe 6 yards. Yes, 6 yards there as the ref marks the spot. So UAB has a 2nd and 4 on the FAU 29-yard line. UAB has won 47 games since returning to action in 2017, which is the most of any wins of any team in Conference USA during that span. Jacob Zeno takes a snap, hands off to McBride up the middle, able to make one FAU defender miss and gets across the first down to the 23-yard line. And FAU coming away with the football, claiming has it. Number 26, Michael Boone, emerging with the football, and many FAU defenders claiming the ball was out. The referees called the man down on the play. So interesting if we get a second look here. Interesting if Willie Taggart decides to toss the challenge flag or if the man was truly down on the play. So far, nothing. And as it stands, the UAB first down will stand. McBride in the pistol behind Jacob. He gets the handoff this time, getting across the 20 into the red zone for UAB, getting the ball down to the 18-yard line, picking up about 5 on the play. Would love to see a second look at that previous play, see whether the ball was on the ground before the man was down. However, it did stand. And now the Blazers are in the red zone for the second time this game. Or sorry, actually for the first time this game. That last touchdown was on the long rush. So the first time we've seen the Blazers in the red zone. FAU able to get the one field goal with their one possession in the red zone. Jacob Zeno, pistol formation, hands the ball off up the middle to McBride. McBride rolling down with a head of steam, picks up 15 on the play, getting it down to the 4-yard line. McBride is electric when he's running downhill. He's a very traditional back. He's not trying to get to the outside. He's not trying to do anything pretty. He's just going to run straight at you. And with that star-filled offensive lineman earning some Conference USA Player of the Week honors. UAB has the ball now. Deep into FAU territory at the 4-yard line. Pistol formation is Jacob Zeno. Hand the ball coming across the middle is TJ and is able to get in the end zone. Touchdown Blazers. TJ Jones there with the touchdown on the play. TJ Jones with his first touchdown on the season there as the Blazers take a 13-10 lead here. 8 minutes, 8 seconds left to go in the second quarter. The UAB offense was very stagnant, very poor early on in this game. We saw the first 3 drives amount to absolutely nothing. And through one quarter of play, the UAB Blazers only had, looks like 37 yards as the kick is up. The kick is good. 14-10 lead now for the UAB Blazers over our FAU Owls. So after gaining only 37 yards in the first quarter, the Blazers able to go down the field there on a 99-yard possession, most of which was done by their wide receiver, Trey Shropshire. 2 big catches, one when they were on their own end zone, one on a third down that gave them a new breath of life, and ultimately resulting in a touchdown. The Blazers now with a 14-10 lead, 8:08 left to go here in the second quarter. Thank you for tuning into JK Productions. Thank you for tuning into FAU Radio. We will be right back. Ugh. You better have everything finished up by then. Tony Busby. Jeez. That name will never go away, will it? Back to vlogging time. So 8:08 left here in the second quarter. Blazers look very good in the last 2 possessions, taking a 4-point lead now over the Owls here as there's only 8:08 left to go here in the second quarter. This has been a roller coaster of a game as I look to turn that around. FAU looked great on their first couple possessions and quite the contrary for UAB. On their first 3 drives, there was just nothing going for them. 37 yards total, and things have completely turned around here in the second quarter for UAB. I have no idea how this vlog's going to turn out, bro. I'm sure you can't. (14-10), the UAB Blazers have the lead now thanks to TJ Jones' first touchdown on the season. A handoff from quarterback Jacob Zeno, getting into the end zone after an impressive 99-yard drive by the UAB Blazers. Now deep back to return for the Owls is the man who just got his first touchdown of the season in the first quarter. Johnny Ford, leading rusher from last season, deep back to return for the Owls. 8 minutes, 8 seconds left to go here in the second quarter. The kick is away, and Johnny Ford allowing this one to roll through the back of the end zone again. So the Owls will be taking over possession on their own 25-yard line. This has been a very different game for the FAU Owls than they've experienced in recent weeks. We've seen the Owls get off to slow starts last week in their matchup on the road against UTEP, and even here against Rice. Things didn't go according to plan for the first quarter, a half or two, and then eventually turned things around last week, nearly winning week before that against Rice, eventually winning, taking the lead in the fourth quarter. However, here taking an early 10-0 lead, now vanquishing that lead with UAB up 14-10. Quick snap here, pass out to the right to Jaquan Burton by N'Kosi Perry. Wide receiver screen gets across the 30-yard line, or maybe exactly to the 30-yard line for a 5-yard gain on the play. 7:55 left to go here in the second quarter. The FAU offense going quickly. 2 receivers left, one to his right. The handoff up the middle, and great interior pressure by the UAB defense. Number 10, Nikia Eason Jr., the 6'4" outside linebacker, the redshirt junior there on the tackle with a couple other of his friends there too. So the FAU offensive line not able to hold together. And now we have a quick third down here, which is something I've said a couple of times in the last few drives. 3rd and 7, 7:20 left to go here in the second quarter. N'Kosi shotgun formation. Edrin closest here on the right side. 2 receivers to his left. N'Kosi drops back, looks to his right, and attempts to hit his man, Larry McCammon. However, nothing there. So after 3 plays, which only saw 40 seconds, maybe less, come off the clock, the FAU punting crew will come back on the field, and UAB will get another possession after 2 very strong possessions on back-to-back drives, both resulting in touchdowns. Riley Thompson out here to punt for FAU. Starling Thomas back to return, setting up at his own 20-yard line. Thompson standing on his own 13. And the punt is away. This is a very good punt by Thompson. And another FAU bounce as the ball is rolling and rolling and rolling and comes to another stop on the 1-yard line. Riley Thompson has had himself a fantastic game up to this point. Riley standing on his own 13, gets the ball all the way down to the 1-yard line of UAB. Last time this happened, UAB was able to come away with 7 points. Let's see if the FAU defense can hold strong and get the ball back for N'Kosi Perry and this offense. Do it whenever you want, boy. I can't wait for the bunt kick at halftime. Even though I'm not hungry at all. Lol. Nope. I gotta say, doing this by myself is a little rough. Like, I've not actually done a game by myself, but it basically was by myself. Based on lack of somebody doing it with me, even though they were sitting here next to me. But actually doing this by myself, dang, bro, I'm tired. It's not even halftime yet. I'm like, oh. Hey, it's a banana. Oh my gosh, it just showed a bunch of like 5th, 4th graders on the screen. They all just started gritty, and every single one of them was bad. It was awful. I love you calling it my PC, even though I spent $0 on it. And we are back. 6 minutes, 54 seconds left to go here in the first half. UAB Blazers with a 14-10 lead over the FAU Owls. Riley Thompson back-to-back punts deep down into UAB territory as the first play is a rush up the middle by McBride, getting about 1 yard on the play. Riley Thompson has been the best player so far for FAU. The previous possession, which UAB took down the field, was a 99-yard possession thanks to Riley Thompson. And again, the Blazers now setting up shop deep in their own territory after that first play. They now have it on their own 3-yard line. So I guess they gave him 2 on the play. But Riley Thompson, beautiful punts so far. Jacob Zeno in at quarterback. So far through the game is 8 of 11 for 93 yards and a touchdown. Dwayne McBride is 9 carries, 104 and a touchdown already. Most of that on the long touchdown run. And Jacob Zeno got absolutely clocked there on the play. Picking himself off the ground. I think I counted 5 or 6 FAU defensive linemen who came to converge on the play. There's a penalty marker on the play, so we wait on the call. And it's going to be an illegal formation. This penalty being declined, of course, after being no gain on the play. So after that play, FAU with a good opportunity here to get off the field on defense. Have LaJohntay Wester set up on probably his own 50-yard line to get FAU the ball back. But here a big third down as this defensive FAU looks to get Zeno, McBride, and Shropshire off the field here for the first time in 3 drives without a touchdown. Zeno in the pistol, hand the ball up the middle, and nothing there. Great textbook defensive drive using the punt, which was a beautiful punt. Can't iterate that enough by Riley Thompson. Textbook drive of what happens when you pin a team back on their own end zone. Now, as I speculated, LaJohntay Wester coming out eventually stops on his own 47-yard line. And we'll see Kyle Greenwell, a very uncomfortable punt for most punters, as his toes are going to be near the back of that end zone. FAU's gotten close a few times now here so far throughout the game. LaJohntay now at the 50-yard line, and the punt is nearly blocked. It is away. LaJohntay lets this ball roll, and it does continue to roll, a very friendly bounce. And there's some fighting going on in the end zone, so pushing and shoving, I guess is a better way to put that. But the ball is touched down finally at the 34-yard line. Took a very friendly bounce after initially bouncing at the 45-yard line. Gets all the way down to the 36-yard line of FAU. 4:39 here left to go in the second quarter. 14-10, the UAB Blazers lead the FAU Owls. Jacob Kelley here, FAU Owl Radio, JK Productions. Thank you all for tuning into tonight's broadcast. We will be right back. Whoa. Presented by JK, property of JK. How is that orange? Score is 14-10 for y'all listening on the YouTube. Oh. No, I can't just channel it. Especially since the stadium just went quiet. Watch out! Basketball season starts very soon. Hey, Wagner still hasn't put our deal through. I'm going to try to message him right now if I have enough time.
Visit FAUtickets.com or email tickets at FAU.edu.
Oh, I would love that.
Basketball season is right around the corner. You won't want to miss the opportunity to be part of the action. The Owls defend paradise. To secure your spot, visit FAUtickets.com.
That is a dream to have Gus on the Super Bowl. (14-10), the UAB Blazers lead the FAU Owls. 4:39 left to go here in the second quarter. The Owls come back, had a very good start to the game, putting up 10 points in their first, or 2 out of the first 3 possessions. Now the Blazers storming back, taking the lead 14-10 after a Dwayne McBride rushing touchdown and a TJ Jones rushing touchdown. FAU comes out now. Nkosi by himself, shotgun formation, looks to his right, pump fakes the man, and the ball does fall incomplete. Coverage on the play by Starling Thomas V. Good coverage there. It looked like Nkosi wanted to go to Johnny Ford, who Johnny was running a streak down the right sideline, and it looked like Nkosi wanted to go there. Pump faking it, though, pulling it back, and the ball does fall incomplete on the play. 2nd and 10, 4:35 left to go as the Owls are trailing 14-10. Nkosi under center now, hands the ball off to Larry McCammon, and Larry keeping upright and turns what would have been a gain of 1 at most to a gain of 3 or 4 on the play, and gets the ball down to the FAU 38-yard line. Bringing up a 3rd down here. FAU had back-to-back possessions of 3 and outs, and you don't want to see that again here as the first half does trickle down. Would love to get some more points on the board and take the lead before halftime. Nkosi, shotgun formation, 2 receivers right, 2 receivers left. Johnny Ford in the backfield rolls out to his left, hits Johnny Ford, and is not able to hit Johnny Ford actually. Off Johnny's hands. Johnny not wearing gloves, interesting to note. Ball bounces off his hands, and the FAU Owls with another 3 and out, 3rd consecutive 3 and out as they trail 14-10 here on Halloween weekend. 3:49 left to go in the first quarter. Riley Thompson, who's had himself a beautiful ball game up to this point, on his own 23-yard line, deep to return is Starling Thompson V for UAB. And the punt is away. This punt not going near the distance and is fair caught at the UAB's own 18 or 19-yard line. Looks actually might be the 20-yard line. So UAB will be setting up on the 20-yard line. Thank you for everybody tuning into FAU Owl Radio for some FAU football here on Halloween weekend. The crew here have been regularly showing on the billboard everybody's Halloween costumes. Hope everybody has a fun and safe Halloween. If I gotta be honest with you, I'll probably just be watching football because that's what I do. But I hope everybody has themselves a good time. Thank you for everybody who's decided to dedicate some time here for the FAU Owls here on Saturday the 29th. Jacob fakes the handoff, looking deep down the middle of the field, has his man at the 45-yard line, 50-yard line is his big tight end, number 88, Brody Dalton there on the reception. Jacob Zeno has found himself a very good ball game after struggling his first 3 drives of the game and struggling in his appearance coming in previously for the injured Dylan Hopkins. Came into this game 9 of 22 for only 96 yards, completing only 40% of his passes. However, now stepping up for the absence of Dylan Hopkins, has found himself rhythm in this game after struggling the first few drives. Now 3 minutes left to go. The ball across into FAU territory. UAB has the opportunity to put some more points on the board to extend their 14-10 lead. Zeno takes the snap, hands it off to his reliable running back, McBride, who tries to get to the outside, and Armani Adams is nearly able to shove him out of bounds. However, where Armani Adams was not able to, the dinner was finished by number 16, Damon Hill, able to get a tackle there with a of only 1 or 2 on the play. 2 minutes, 36 seconds left to go here. The Blazers got the opening kickoff, so the FAU Owls will be taking the ball on the other side of the half. UAB looking to run as much clock out this as they can with a fake handoff to McBride, and a great play to blow it up was TJ Young. TJ was not able to come up with a tackle. However, to clean things up for him was a bounty of FAU defenders. TJ breaking up the play in the backfield, getting to the original line of scrimmage was McBride. And we have a third down here. 1 minute 55 left to go in the first half. FAU, if they are able to get a stop here, will get the ball back with an opportunity to put some points on lead, to trim it to a 1-point lead, or even take the lead here as the clock trickles down in the first half. Zeno, shotgun formation, takes the snap, looks to his right, pressure up the middle by the FAU defensive line, and the ball falls incomplete. Looking for his running back, Jermaine Brown Jr. FAU will be getting the ball back with just under a minute and a half left to go here in the first half. Jacob Zeno is athletic and can make plays with his feet. Hasn't had to do so far at this point in the game. The offensive line of UAB, which is one of their strong suits, has come through. However, the Owls able to get pressure in Jacob's face, and the ball sails over the head of his running back, Jermaine Brown Jr. Now, the punt crew is out. The punt is away. Deep back is LeJohntay, who lets this ball trickle, and the ball eventually, does it die or does it go in the end zone? And the ball dies on the 1 yard line. We've seen great punt work so far from both these teams here in the first half. And the FAU Owls now will have to go 99 yards if they would like to get in the end zone here before halftime. Riley Thompson, Kyle Greenwell have had themselves some great games up to this point. The freshman, the senior, on opposite ends of the scholastic spectrum, both putting in great work for their special teams. Now N'Kosi Perry comes out and has himself some work to do here with his back at the end zone. N'Kosi under center. N'Kosi nearly takes a knee. However, quarterback keeper up the middle by N'Kosi gets the ball out 4 yards, maybe a little less, maybe 3 yards to the 4 yard line of FAU. Timeout taken on the play. And that is a timeout actually by Willie Taggart. So Willie Taggart letting it go, going guns blazing here with 1:10 left to go, and the offense deep back in their own territory. Willie Taggart electing to keep the ball in the hands of N'Kosi Perry and just see what they can make of it so far. The Owls started the game really well, and that has not continued here in the second quarter. So far through the ball game, N'Kosi Perry is 5 of 10 for 74 yards and a touchdown. The ground game has a total of 64 yards, a majority of those coming from the leading rusher on the season, Larry McCammon, who has 29. 74 yards has gone to 4 different pass catchers, 2 backs, 2 receivers. Johnny Ford has the 1 catch for 35 yards, that being the 4th down touchdown there at the end of the first quarter. LeJohntay, a catch for 29 yards, and Jaquan and Larry McCammon have 5 reception yards each so far. 1:10 left to go, 14-10. UAB leads FAU. FAU deep in their own territory. N'Kosi Perry takes the snap, looks to his left, has LeJohntay Wester. LeJohntay makes one man miss before bouncing out of bounds at the 11-yard line. LeJohntay going out of bounds, saves the timeout, is inches short of the first down marker there. Great effort to make secondary man miss. However, now we have a 3rd and 1 for the FAU Owls to attempt to pick up to keep this drive going and keep this half going on the offensive side of things. N'Kosi, shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to his right, hands the ball off up the middle to Larry McCammon. Larry gets the ball across the first down marker for the first down here. The clock will stop as the chains are moved. Just under a minute now left to go here. FAU Owls looking to put up points here before the end of the half, trailing 14-10. Nkosi takes the snap, fakes the handoff, looks over the middle. Pressure by the UAB defense, and Nkosi sailing this pass as the pocket was closing within on him. Looking deep down the field, had two men, not sure which one he was aiming for. Had LaJonte Wester, had Jordan Young there, not able to convert with either, or excuse me, that was not Jordan Young. That was number 47, Carter Boatwright, deep down the field. So Nkosi not able to hit either of those two. Now has the ball 2nd and 10 with 46 seconds left to go on his own 13. Nkosi takes a snap, looks to his left, hits his tight end. That's Austin Evans being pushed out of bounds after only a 3-yard, maybe less. Not given much forward progress there, interesting enough. It looks like only a 1-yard gain on the play. So with 41 seconds left to go here, you have a 3rd and 9 here. See how aggressive this FAU offense is, as UAB has 2 timeouts in their back pocket that they could come out with to try to put some more points up for them if FAU is not able to pick up the first down. Nkosi fakes the handoff, looks to his right, and having to go to the ground is Jamal Edrin at the 20-yard line. As I previously mentioned, UAB did have timeout suspended, and with 33 seconds left to go in the half, UAB is going to be taking their timeout. Interim head coach Brian Vincent calling the timeout there, as they'll be looking to get the ball back and put some more points out to maybe extend this to either 7 points or even take a 2-possession lead over our FAU Owls. Thank you all for tuning in to. Thank you all very much for tuning into tonight's broadcast. Hope everybody listening to FAU Owl Radio. Hope everybody walking across the breezeway, all 1 or 2 of you at this time of the day. Have themselves a good night so far here, Halloween evening. FAU Owls donning a black uniform with their sharp red helmets. Florida Atlantic has worn a combination of blue, red, and white during the program's first 21 seasons. Today, the Owls, who play among the palm trees and whose campus is nestled among the city's sea foam green and pink buildings, will go dark. FAU has added an alternate uniform of black with accents of red and white. While the jersey and pants are black with white writing and red accents, the helmet is red and a black and white stripe, and it pays tribute to the beautiful Boca Raton community with a large palm tree on the back. Riley Thompson out to punt as it nearly blocked, as the ball trickles now down into UAB territory, ball being downed on the 30-yard line, where UAB will be taking over with 21 seconds left to go with 1 timeout in their back pocket. As Jacob Zeno will be back out here. So far, has had himself a very sharp game, 10 of 14, 125, averaging 9 per catch, 1 touchdown. Dwayne McBride, don't have to tell you about the game he's having, has already cracked 100 yards, averaging 10.5 a carry, which is better than his current NCAA top rushing mark of the season with 7.1 a carry. So we are looking at statistically the best running back in college football here tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And then Trey Shropshire, 2 catches, 60 yards with a long of 42. Handoff up the middle with a flag down on the play. However, getting into FAU territory is number 1, Jermaine Brown. However, a penalty flag in the backfield will likely bring this long gain back. Waiting for Scott Harden's call, and it's a defensive holding. You don't see that a lot on a rushing play. However, bad news for the FAU. And actually, it gets worse. It is not a defensive hold. It is a defensive face mask. So what that means, the 15 yards will be added to the end of the run. So Jermaine Brown in the offense of UAB catches FAU sleeping there, anticipating a passing play. UAB able to catch FAU not paying attention. And now with the ball on the FAU 30-yard line with 11 seconds left to go here, Jacob Zeno snapping the ball and clocking it with 11 seconds left to go. Can get 2 or 3 plays off here as they have a timeout in their pocket. Getting out of bounds, getting the first down, stops the clock. Zeno, shotgun formation. Brown next to him on his right. One receiver to his right. Handing the ball off again to Brown. Another penalty marker thrown on the play. You got to hope this one's on UAB, as the first one was the face mask that added 15 yards to Brown's first carry of the drive. Now 6 seconds left. There is a holding call on the play, that being Michael Unis, the 6'6", 270 redshirt freshman offensive lineman, guilty of the hold there, as it backs the offense of UAB back to their own, or sorry, to the FAU 41-yard line. And with 6 seconds left to go here in the half, UAB electing to call a timeout here with only 6 seconds remaining. Again, I hope everybody's enjoying tonight's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here in the booth, FAU Football Stadium. Announced earlier on the broadcast, which is something I'm trying to ignore. This is going to be my last football game here. FAU does have one football game left this season, that being Thanksgiving weekend, November 26th here, 12 o'clock against Western Kentucky. However, I'm very fortunate to, I believe I already announced this last game against Rice, that I'm going to be working directly with the women's basketball team, and my obligations is with them first, as I'll be commentating their game on November 26th, that being at 4 o'clock here at FAU. As the first half trickles down, 6 seconds left to go on the clock, UAB walks back onto the field, 2 receivers either side of Jacob Zeno. Jacob looks to his right, hits his wide receiver, getting out of bounds.
Zeno's pass complete.
That going to number 19, Tajon Palmer, the 6'2", wide receiver, redshirt freshman out of Milwaukee. The first catch of the game, and now the kicking crew of UAB coming out onto the field to try to extend this lead to 17-10. Matt Quinn, who is 7 of 11 on the season so far with a long of 51. The kick is down. The kick is up. The kick is no good. Matt Quinn attempting to break his season record. The kick is no good. So the scoreline remains 14-10. UAB with the lead over our FAU Owls. We will be having a halftime show here on JK Productions. By show, I mean I will just entertain you guys for the next 20 minutes. But thank you all very much for tuning in to FAU Owl Radio. We will be back here with some more FAU Owl football in about 20 minutes. Thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here. Thank you all once again. Honestly, I might cry. I'm going to try not to. You're right. Honestly, you're right. I needed more excitement on that. You're right. Vlogging time. So it is halftime now. UAB up 14-10 with a missed field goal there at the end of the half. FAU getting the ball back at the start of the second half. UAB's offense really turned things around there in the second quarter. FAU looks kind of dead with 3 and outs in the third quarter. Hopefully it looks a lot better in the second half. We try to turn things around here. I'm sorry. Okay. I'm going to the bathroom. I'm going to get some cake. So entertain yourself. Seacrest out.
Ladies and gentlemen, now entering the field is the pride of the Atlantic, your 2022 Florida Atlantic University Marching Owls. For today's halftime performance, the Marching Owls are proud to present a show of Latin music. We open with an
Got some confetti I tried that. They have red velvet. I loved red velvet, but it was kind of disappointing last time I tried it. All right, now I'm using the other. I'll be back.
Please enjoy El Paso de Encarnación. The next tune features the FAU drum line in an original work by Professor Matthew Nichols. Please enjoy Mozambique. Ladies and gentlemen, the pride of the Atlantic University, music for this show is arranged by Professor Matthew Nichols. This is your announcer, Dr. Mitchell Matthews, wishing you a safe and pleasant evening. Owls! FAU Football would like to welcome all those in attendance tonight for the first ever Junior Spirit Day at FAU Stadium. Please direct your attention to the field for a special performance. Thank you, Junior Spirit Owls. Thank you to our corporate partners, Academy Bus, A Christian Class, ET, Baptist Health, Boca Raton Airport Authority, Mole, Cedars, Choice Mortgage Group, Coca-Cola Zero Sugar, Corona, Deep Eddy Vodka, Dimension and Delaware Offer, Next Imaging, Duffy Sports Grill, Duncan, Fairfield Inn and Suites, Boca Raton, FAU MBA in Sport Management, FAU Office of Brand Development, Licensing and Marketing, FAU Campus Store, FAU Tech Portland, Florida Lottery, FloridaTours.com, Global Wealth Management, Good Green Moving and Storage, Go Solar Power, Grimes Events at Farmington, Hooters, International Brotherhood of Electrical Workers Local 728, I Think Financial, Jeremiah's Italian Heights, Lawler Associates Personal Injury Attorney, Malcolm Nolan, Solid Waste Authority of Palm Beach County, Sonesta Select, Boca Raton, Sports Field Management, Superior Strength Golf Carts, The Melting Pot at Boca Raton, Thomas Brickworks, U.S. Army, And with them, Deerfield Beach. Please welcome back to FAU Owls.
Yes, man. Shout out to the bun cakes. Nothing bun cakes? Love it. Shut up. Why is this so... Why is this so difficult to get open? Oh. Because I'm an idiot. You fall asleep, that's fine. Yeah, here, I'll get you a bite. You want a bite? Nothing like free food. I remember I said something about that earlier. Like, watch I submit this in, and they were just like, here comes the choo-choo train. Oh, that'd be immaculate. Last year was some like popcorn company. Bro, it gave me it killed my stomach every single week. I'd get some at halftime, and my stomach would be killing me for the rest of the game. Ooh. Ooh. I'm tempted to see if they have any more, but I don't need it. And the game's about to restart. Again, how does it make sense? Coke Zero is a sponsor. They don't have Coke Zero. Makes no sense. Ooh. Ooh. You don't want to Coke Zero. All right, other person. Game's gonna be starting here in a minute. I'll go live. Ooh, Michigan State. I forgot that's going on. College football's been pretty good today. The Astros are 3-0. Dang. Kentucky rolling over, or Tennessee rolling over Kentucky. I meant to give you guys. No. I'm thinking about grabbing myself another bun cake, and I'm not even doing that. Again, this is so weird to do this by myself. Welcome back to FAU Football Stadium. My name is Jacob Kelley. This is FAU Owl Radio. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into today's broadcast. FAU took a first quarter 10-0 lead thanks to a Morgan Suarez field goal and Johnny Ford's first touchdown on the season, that being a 35-yard reception on fourth down from N'Kosi Perry. However, on back-to-back drives, the UAB Blazers, who kicked the ball deep to Johnny Ford, as FAU will take over now, 1st and 10 from their own 25. Back-to-back possessions by the UAB Blazers saw them take a 14-10 lead. Getting in the end zone was college football's leading rusher, Dwayne McBride, 10 carries, 105, and a touchdown. That touchdown being on the long 63-yard rush in the second quarter. Jacob Zeno on the game, 11 of 15, 132, and a touchdown. The backup quarterback has had himself a fantastic time of things, with starting quarterback Dylan Hopkins going down. Was doubtful coming into this game, however, not able to make it. TJ Jones got in the end zone for his first touchdown of the season on a as FAU is back out on the field, and Larry McCammon takes the ball for 7 yards down to the 32-yard line. TJ Jones had 3 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown in the first half now. N'Kosi Perry going quickly under center, hands the ball off to Larry McCammon, who gets through for a first down. However, a penalty marker down on the play. Early indications that it is a hold against FAU. And it indeed is a hold against FAU. That hold is going to be against offensive lineman Dorian Hinton, 6'4" redshirt sophomore out of Naples here in Florida, guilty of the hold, so that'll back up FAU. So instead of a first down now with a 2nd and 13 here, with 14 and a half minutes left to go in the third quarter. Thank you again for everybody tuning into today's broadcast. FAU Owl Radio, JK Productions here. FAU's second to last home game of the season, my last game as an Owl. N'Kosi Perry, shotgun formation now. 2 receivers to his right, 1 to his left. Takes the snap, looks to his left, looks and hits his man, Jamal Edgerton. However, the ball falling incomplete. Jamal had his hands on the ball, is angry with himself, as now brings up a 3rd and 13 here on FAU's first possession of the second half. Jamal had it. It was a zone coverage, an underneath corner, and a safety on the left side. Ball was perfectly placed by N'Kosi Perry. However, Jamal not able to come down with it, sees the Owls with a quick 3rd and 13 here. Zabir Moby checks in the ball game to N'Kosi's right, who is in shotgun formation. Jamal Edrin to the left, as he almost always is by himself here. The one-on-one artist. 3 wide receivers to N'Kosi's right, including Burton, LaJonte, as N'Kosi takes the snap, looks to his left, looks deep down the middle of the field, has nobody there, scrambles out, and gets across the 30, 34 to the 35-yard line. Late hit on the play, and a penalty marker is thrown. N'Kosi Perry gets across for the first down as it appears, and with the late hit, there's going to be an extra 15 yards added to the end of the play. We'll see. We'll wait on the referee's call as to who exactly that was, as I was not able to spot that. N'Kosi, great job getting through the pocket, picking up the 13 yards for the first down. And the personal foul call is on number 12, Grayson Cash, the redshirt senior safety out of Trussville, Alabama, guilty of the personal foul call. So 3rd and 13, N'Kosi able to use his wheels, pick up the first down. And with the penalty yardage, the ball is now at the 50-yard line for FAU. N'Kosi now shotgun formation, 2 receivers left, 1 to his right. In the backfield alongside him is Zabiri. Takes a snap, drops back, looks deep down the field, and goes for it. Down the field, has a man open, and complete for a touchdown! Owls! Jaquan Burton, pass by N'Kosi Perry, 50-yard touchdown, able to connect deep down the middle of the field. The FAU Owls take a quick lead here with only 1 minute and 26 seconds off the clock here in the 3rd quarter. N'Kosi Perry had all the time in the world in the pocket, is patient, uses his eyes to look off the safety, and then guns it deep down the middle of the field. Touchdown, Owls. Morgan Suarez here to attempt a point after to hope to give FAU a 17-14 lead. The kick is up. The kick is good. With a minute 24 off the clock here, N'Kosi Perry strikes quickly deep down the middle of the field. Hits Jaquan Burton for his first catch of the game for a long 50-yard touchdown to give FAU the lead here. 13:36 left to go in the 3rd quarter. FAU now leads 17-14. Jacob Kelley here on behalf of FAU Owl Radio. Thank you all for tuning into tonight's broadcast. We will take a break, and we'll be right back. That was a dime. See, I thought of you. I thought of you making that call. I was like, you know what? I need to be more energetic. Especially, it's my last one. Oh, that was a dime. That was a beautiful toss and catch. Pardon me. I don't know if you can hear the music or not. If not, it's kind of awkward. I wish somebody walked in. It was like, okay, wrong door. 1 second. Ooh. 1 of 2. Could be worse. I don't know how the other ball ended up over there. Danza Kuduro, pro, 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 Lutenzo, allora, la mano arriva, cintura sola, La media vuelta, danza duro, recancia ahora. I hope you know what the eyes were for. And we are back here at FAU Football Stadium. FAU takes the lead with a long touchdown pass. N'Kosi Perry connecting deep down the field with Jaquan Burton to take a 17-14 lead on FAU's first possession of the game. Sorry, the first possession of the second half. As the kick is away and through the back of the end zone, the FAU defense will be coming back on the field to try to maintain this FAU Owl lead. N'Kosi connecting with Jaquan Burton. Jaquan's first catch of the game. Took only a minute 24 off the clock. Got it done very quickly. Now, UAB comes back out. Jacob Zeno, 132, a touchdown, 11 of 15 in the first half. Dwayne McBride, 10 catches, 105. Jacob Zeno didn't carry the ball at all. Jermaine Brown Jr., 34 yards on the ground, most of that coming at a 24-yard rush at the end of the half. A quick snap is halted as there is a flag on the field. False start. False start offense number 19, that being wide receiver Tajon Palmer, guilty of the false start there on UAB's first possession of the half. As I was saying, TJ Jones leads the way for them in the receiving game, 3 catches, 21 yards, and a touchdown. Trey Shawshire, 2 catches, 60 yards, along a 42, 2 key passes caught on that touchdown drive earlier on the game. Bryce Damos, 2 catches, 7 yards, and Brody Dalton, 1 catch for 32 yards on the game. Jacob takes the snap, looks to his left, has a man open, and just overthrows his man. Attempting to hit Trey Shawshire there. Had him for a first down there, however, just overthrow him. Shawshire not able to extend to make the catch. Brings up a 2nd and 15 now. 13:32 left to go here in the second quarter. Jacob Zeno has had a fantastic job so far, stepping in place of injured Dylan Hopkins. Jacob getting start today. Didn't start off great on the first few possessions, has now gotten comfortable in the game as Dwayne McBride takes the carry just beyond the original line of scrimmage, getting to about the 25.5-yard line to bring up a 3rd and 10 for this FAU defense as they look to get off the field with a 3-and-out on their first possession of the second half. Speaking of defense, TJ Young has collected 2 interceptions in 2022, scoring on both. The 2 pick sixes bring his career total to 4, which places him atop FAU's all-time list for interceptions returned for a touchdown. Jacob Zeno now in the pistol, 3 receivers to his left, 1 to his right. Alongside of him is McBride, who now rolls out to his left, looks to his left, scrambles up the middle is Jacob, and he's able to get to the outside 30, 35, 35, 40, able to get pushed out of bounds. Jacob Zeno, we didn't really see him use the wheels in the first half. However, they're taking advantage to pick up the first down to continue this drive for UAB. As I was saying with TJ Young, he had 2 in 2021 as well, and he is now 4th all-time in interception return yards at FAU with 222 yards after 7 career interceptions. 136 of those have come in 2022. His 2 interceptions place him now 42th nationally for interceptions per game at 0.3. Snap the ball is Jacob, who hands it off up the middle, and nothing there. Stopping him on the play is number 31, Dwight Toombs, the redshirt sophomore safety, the starting safety for this FAU defense there. Stopping him for no gain on the play. The nation's number 1 rusher in yards per game, coming in at 111, averaging 7.1 a carry, has averaged 10.5 through the first half of this game. Stop there for no gain on the play. Now, 2nd down and 10, 11:38 left to go here in this third quarter. Coming in motion is Shoreshire. Hand the ball up the middle is Jacob. And again, nothing there for them. Regaining his footing and actually losing yards was Dwayne McBride. McBride was stopped at the line of scrimmage, however, able to gain his footing and regain his forward momentum. That actually lost him a yard. Now with the ball at the 38-yard line, the FAU defense with 11:08 left to go in this third quarter has an opportunity to get off the field and get N'Kosi Perry and company the ball back here early in the third quarter. Zeno, shotgun formation, 2 receivers either side of him. His running back, McBride, behind him. Sorry, that's Brown behind him. Looking to his right is Jacob scrambling out of the pocket, trying to pick up the first down. Not able to do so, being pushed out of bounds at the 43-yard line. However, there is a flag thrown on the play. The referees come together to discuss, and they are walking over to the FAU sideline. So I would like to assume this is going to be an offensive penalty, which Taggart has the opportunity to decline or accept. And it is a hold. Hold on the play by their offensive lineman, number 75, Will Reichard, the redshirt junior offensive lineman. And just like that, after one first down picked up by the UAB Blazers, the punt crew comes on to give N'Kosi Perry, Johnny Ford, Larry McCammon, Jaquan Burton, LaJonte Wester another opportunity to put up points here early in the second half. Deep back to return is the aforementioned Johnny Ford for his first punt return of the game. Good pressure internally by the punt coverage group of FAU and a good bounce for the UAB special teams group. This ball rolling down to the 10-yard line, which we'll see FAU take over here after the timeout. Thank you all for tuning into tonight's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here, FAU Owl Radio, JK Productions. FAU now with the lead 17-14 after a 50-yard touchdown reception. N'Kosi Perry linking up with Jaquan Burton deep down the middle of the field. This offense will have another opportunity to put up points here early in the third quarter. We will be right back. You're good. Not going to sleep, I see. The Lakers are now the only winless team in the league since the Kings beat the Heat tonight.
It's time for the Duffy's tailgater of the game. Tonight's winner will take home the Duffy's Cooler Cat swag.
I hate when they say swag. Let's see if they have more cake. We have cake. Perfect timing. Whew. Hi. And we return here. 10 minutes, 14 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. The FAU Owls with their second possession of the half as N'Kosi takes a snap, handing the ball up the middle to Zabiri Mobley. Breaks one tackle and is eventually tackled after a 2-yard gain on the play. FAU's first drive of the second half was capped off by a 50-yard touchdown to Jaquan Burton to take the lead 17-14 here early in the third quarter. Thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here in the booth by myself today, but we're still having a great time up here. N'Kosi Perry, shotgun formation, trips bunch to his left. Now LeJontay Wester rolls from the left to the right. N'Kosi hits his man, that being, I believe, Jamal Edrine. That being a 6 or 7 yard reception. Now FAU has a third and short here on their own 19-yard line. Now trips far left for FAU. N'Kosi takes the snap, handing the ball up the middle, and Zamir Mobley, 35, 40, 45, across the 50-yard line, 40, 35, pushed out of bounds. Zamir Mobley with a huge gain there. FAU flipping field position on a third and short. Zamir Mobley busting through the line of defensemen, getting it down into UAB territory. Huge pickup, Zamir Mobley's first real big touch of the game. 45-yard gain there by Zabiri. Zabiri in the first half only had 8 yards, so huge contribution there on just one play. Zabiri now fakes the handoff from N'Kosi. N'Kosi on his back foot is not able to connect with LeJontay. The interior of the defensive line pushed through the offensive line, forcing N'Kosi to toss it off his back foot. It wasn't there. Just out of reach by LeJontay, who really reached out to try to pick up the completion on the play. 8 minutes, 38 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. FAU with a 17-14 lead. FAU sitting at a 3-5 record and must win out the remainder of its games if they would like to finish this season with a winning record and pick up another bowl game. Four games here left to go, including our game here tonight. Following this, we'll be back on the road to play FIU next week. N'Kosi Perry handing the ball off, and the defensive front of UAB was not fooled there. We saw LeJontay come in motion from the left to the right, and then N'Kosi hand the ball off behind him to Zabiri. There was nothing there. Bring up a 3rd and 10 for FAU. Zabiri was able to pick up 1 yard ultimately. To pick up now potentially a 3rd and 9. Johnny Ford checks in the game for Zabiri. Johnny to N'Kosi's left, 2 receivers right, 1 left. Austin Evans tucked on the right side of the line. N'Kosi, not seeing any of the pressure, is able to hit Johnny Ford. Johnny Ford, the 5'6" running back, climbs the ladder to pick up the catch, pick up the first down. The Owls now in the red zone, moving the ball down to the 16-yard line. However, there is a Blazer down on the field and is able to get up now. Fortunately, is the defensive back, number 20, Devondrick Bynum. It looked scary for a second. He was seriously grabbing that knee, but quickly shot up. Referees did call the play dead, though, so he does have to miss at the very least this play. However, Johnny Ford, not the most vertical man in the world, as I stand 6'6", is able to snag the ball pretty decently above his head, able to contort his body and pick up the catch and pick up the first down. N'Kosi now shotgun formation, running the ball, has a few men blocking in front of him, gets now within the 10-yard line, tackled at the 9-yard line, pickup there of 7 on the play. N'Kosi using his wheels. N'Kosi ran the ball a few times in the first half. N'Kosi has 16 yards rushing now with that rush, 23 yards on the game. FAU now in the red zone for the second time this game. First time FAU got into the red zone resulted in a Morgan Suarez field goal. Resulted in a missed field goal, however, eventually did lead to the FAU Owls putting up 3 on the board after a few penalties. N'Kosi handing the ball off to Johnny Ford. Johnny Ford going up the middle and is stuffed. Thrown to the ground by number 7, Tyler Taylor, the redshirt senior linebacker out of Buford, Georgia, there on the stop, as well as a few other defensive linemen of UAB. We now have 6 minutes, 20 seconds left to go. FAU leading the UAB Blazers 17-14. The Blazers traveling all the way from Birmingham, Alabama, here to compete in Boca Raton, Florida on a beautiful Saturday night. Nkosi shotgun formation. Larry McCammon to his right. Nkosi drops back, looks to his right, has the man in the corner of the end zone. If he's able to hit it, it's a touchdown. And waiting on the call. Touchdown, Owls! Nkosi Perry connecting in the back of the end zone with his man, Tony Johnson, able to come down with the catch. A one-on-one out route to the corner of the end zone. It was either an interception or a touchdown. It was a great jump ball opportunity there. And Tyler Johnson comes down with a reception. That is Tyler Johnson's second touchdown on the season. Johnson's first reception of the game. So on back-to-back drives, we see FAU receivers with their first reception of the game result in touchdowns. Morgan Suarez out now to attempt the kick. Willie Tiger Jr. with the hold. The snap is good. The kick is good. FAU now back with a 10-point advantage. In the first quarter, FAU had a 10-0 lead, which we saw the Blazers come back and take a 14-10 lead. However, the first two possessions here in the second half have resulted in touchdowns, both passing touchdowns from Nkosi Perry. First one to Jaquan Burton, a 50-yard strike over the middle of the field. This one in the far right corner of the end zone. Nkosi Perry able to connect with Tony Johnson to give the FAU Owls a 2-score advantage with 5:56 left to go here in the third quarter. Thank you all very much for tuning into FAU Owl Radio and JK Productions. My name is Jacob Kelley. We will be right back. Thank you, sir. Oh, sweet Caroline. What? I can. Ba-da-da. Touching you, sweet Caroline. Ba, ba, ba. Hi, other person. Welcome to the broadcast. Yes, I'm actually here. No way they combine these two songs. I forgot the name of the other song. It's just like da 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 da. Out with me, touching you, sweet Caroline. Bop, bop, bop. And we are back. Thank you all for tuning in today's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here, FAU Owl Radio, FAU Football Stadium, Howard Schnellenberger Field. FAU Owls now, after 2 touchdowns on their first 2 drives, have a 24-14 lead over the University of Alabama Birmingham Blazers. 2 touchdown passes caught by Jaquan Burton and Tony Johnson. Tony Johnson's second touchdown of the season coming on the last drive. A fade one-on-one ball from Nkosi Perry. Pick up the touchdown, take the lead 24-14. Now, Morgan Suarez, not Morgan Suarez. Out to kick for FAU. The ball trickles through the back of the end zone where UAB will be taking over on their own 25-yard line. Jacob Zeno has had himself a very impressive game up to this point. The first drive of the second half did not reflect that. However, was in his first start of the season, with, of course, their starting quarterback down for this game, has commanded the offense in a way that has been very respectable and has given the FAU Owls some legitimate concern. His connection with Trey Shropshire, the leading receiver of the game, has been electric. 2 catches for 60 yards as they look to continue that here on their second drive of the second half. Zeno now takes a snap, rolls to his right, has a man open on the 30-yard line, and able to take the catch and gain a few yards afterwards is TJ Jones for his 4th catch of the game now. Tackle by number 16, Damon Hill there, the freshman 5'10 defensive back out of Palmetto there on the tackle. 5.5 minutes left here to go in the third quarter. FAU with a 24-14 lead here. In the pistol is Zeno. Behind him is his lead rusher, McBride. 2 receivers left, including their tight end, who's bunched on the left side. Handing the ball off to McBride is Zeno. McBride, nothing there. Maybe a yard. It actually looks like it will be a yard, actually probably a yard and a half as McBride gets close to the first down. However, there is an owl down on the field. Can't quite see who that is down on the field. However, as the FAU coaching staff and the medical team go over to tend to him, we will be taking a break. FAU with the lead 24-14 here on Halloween weekend, the second to last home game of the season. Thank you all very much for tuning in to tonight's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here in the booth by myself. Thank you all for tuning in here as FAU Owls look to improve their record from 3-5 to 4-5 and must win out the remainder of their games if they would like to finish with a winning record and a bowl game. Thank you all very much for tuning into tonight's broadcast. We will be right back. Whew.
Let's hear it for Jamie Pitway. FAU Football, like the Athletics team sponsor, to Mesman and Dover, your accident attorneys.
Shout out to Donovan. All these comments. Donovan, you're a real one. Hanging out with me here tonight. All these comments, bro. Appreciate you, sir. And we are back here. FAU with a 24-14 lead. Injured on the previous play was Jamie Petaway, able to walk off under his own power. So fortunate to see that, although walking away with a significant limp as quickly UAB goes handing off to McBride and appears to just get across the first down marker, getting it across the 35-yard line for UAB as they pick up a first down there on their second drive of the game. Quick refresher for us. FAU was trailing 14-10 to come out of the halftime break. FAU marched down the field, and thanks to N'Kosi Perry, 50-yard pass connecting with Jaquan Burton, took the lead 17-14. After a stop on the defensive side of things, FAU got the ball back and drove right back downfield, getting in the red zone, and for their second time of the game, scoring within the red zone. This time, a Tony Johnson pass from N'Kosi Perry, a 50-50 ball to the right corner of the end zone. Now Jacob elects to keep the ball and an option, getting to the outside and getting it across the first down marker. So a 11-yard rush there by Jacob Zeno, picking up the first down there. Haven't seen him run around a lot Already saw it once this half, picking up a long 3rd and 13. However, now fresh set of downs for the UAB Blazers on their own 47-yard line. 4 minutes left to go here in the third quarter. Shotgun formation, handing the ball off to Brown is Jacob Zeno. Brown stumbling across the 50-yard line, getting into FAU territory down to the 49-yard line. Had he been able to maintain his footing, may have had a lot more than that, as he could have cut back right. And who knows when he would have been stopped. However, stumbling across 50-yard line for a 2nd and 6 now, with 3:42 left to go here in the third quarter.
5-yard gain to play. 2nd down on 5 from the FAU.
Jermaine Brown staying the ball game in the pistol behind Jacob Zeno. Jacob faking the handoff, looking to the right, has a man open, and is able to connect with him. Connecting on the 33-yard line is the wide receiver, Dexter Boykin, for his first reception of the game. Move the ball now deeper into FAU territory on the 33-yard line, with 3:18 left here to go in the third quarter. That was Boykin's first catch of the ball game for 15 yards. Now we have one receiver either side of Jacob, tight end on the line, 2 tight ends actually on the line, now rolling from the left to the right in motion. Brown in the backfield behind Jacob, play action to him, hitting his tight end over the middle and able to pick up a first down all the way down to the 20-yard line in the red zone. That was to number 88, Brody Dalton. Getting into the red zone now for the first time this half, with 2 minutes, 40 seconds left to go here in this third quarter. This FAU defense, great on the first drive of the half for UAB. Has not picked up a single turnover yet up to this point. Jacob Zeno rolling now to his left and unable to connect with his man outside wide. Again, trying to go to his wide receiver, Dexter Boykin, the 6'3" redshirt senior out of Fairfield, Alabama. That ball does fall incomplete, though. As I previously mentioned, this is the 9th matchup of the two schools, the two Conference USA rivals. FAU has a 5-3 advantage over UAB. However, this season, UAB attops FAU in the Conference USA standings, as Jacob Zeno's ready to take the snap, this time handing it off up the middle to Brown. Brown gets the ball down to within the 15-yard line. As things stand coming into Saturday, UTSA is atop the conference, 4-0, 6-2 overall, 4-0 in conference, that being trailed by Western Kentucky, who defeated these Blazers last weekend, 20-17. Northern Texas, Rice, who FAU has defeated, and then UAB sitting in 5th place, UTEP, who FAU Owls fell to last Saturday, and then our very own FAU Owls, currently sitting at 7th in the conference here, with a 2-2 conference record and a 3-5 overall record. Pistol formation here on third down. Jacob Zeno rolling to his right, has his man open if he sees him, and he does see him. However, huge defensive play. Breaking up the pass was Jaleel McCray. Jacob Zeno had his man open, that being number 48, Bryce Damus. Had him open for a minute, did not see him, and once he did, attempted to pass it to him. However, great defensive play there to break up the completion, bring up a 4th down, and bring out the kicking crew. Second time we are seeing kicker Matt Quinn attempt a field goal. The first field goal was wide, well left earlier in the game. This kick is up. This kick is good. So now on the day, Matt Quinn is 1 of 2 and bringing this game from a 2-score game to a 1-score game with 1:18 left to go here in the third quarter. The FAU Owls leading the UAB Blazers 24-17. Thank you all for tuning into today's broadcast. Jacob Kelley here on behalf of FAU Owl Radio. Thank you all again very much for tuning in today. With no commercial break, the Owls will be setting up deep with Johnny Ford coming out to take the kick. Johnny Ford has seen the majority of the returning duties today, even though he hasn't been able to return a single kick up to this point, with every single kick so far being a touchback. Johnny Ford setting up on the left side in his own end zone. Brees Burkhardt out here. And so far up to this point has had himself a boot with every single kickoff resulting in a touchdown so far this game. 1 minute, 18 seconds left to go here in the third quarter. FAU will be getting the ball back as the ball decides to roll off the tee. Not an overly windy night by any means, as the palm trees on either side of the south end zone don't appear to be ruffling too much. There's definitely a little bit of movement there, but nothing too drastic there in the sand, as I see some kids playing around. Even a little impromptu football game or tag. Not even sure what is going on over there. This time Johnny Ford is able to receive it, and this time getting out of the end zone, Johnny Ford getting across the 15-yard line is ultimately tackled at the 19-yard line, getting close to the 20-yard line. Minute 12 here left to go. Halloween evening, FAU donning for the first time in school history a black uniform with red tones. The red shiny helmet has stayed true as usual. Absolutely love these uniforms. When it was a little brighter out earlier, I love seeing the sun reflect off the helmet. And as night has fallen upon us, the dark night, the dark jerseys are complementing each other very well. As FAU now coming out in a N'Kosi Perry shotgun formation, in motion is LaJohntay Wester. Rolling to his right is N'Kosi, has nothing open, and simply choosing to chuck the ball out of bounds is N'Kosi Perry. Pressuring him there on the play was number 7, Tyler Taylor, to bring up a 2nd and 10 with 1:05 left to go here in the quarter. N'Kosi now shotgun formation. Larry McCammon in the ball game. Checking out of the ball game, Larry McCammon, for Johnny Ford. Johnny Ford long lined up to the right. 2 receivers left, LaJohntay and Jamal Edrin. To the right is Tony Johnson, Jaquan Burton. Now LaJohntay Wester in motion from the right, rolling back to the left. N'Kosi takes a snap, looks to his left, hits Edrin. Edrin catches at the 25-yard line, is immediately hit. However, with his big body, is able to push the defender backwards and eventually gets tackled at the 27-yard line. Edrin works so well in one-on-one coverage. You have a really difficult time if you intend on bringing him down or even deflecting the pass before that point. 3rd down and 2. FAU on their own 27, going quickly. N'Kosi handing the ball up the middle this time to Larry McCammon. Larry McCammon able to get over the 30-yard line for another FAU first down. FAU electing to go quickly here as 30 seconds are now left on the clock here in this third quarter. Larry McCammon staying in the ball field. N'Kosi again hand the ball up the middle to him. Larry McCammon. Do I ever stop talking about how Larry McCammon's feet never stop going? Larry McCammon was stopped at the 35-yard line. However, with will and determination, able to get the ball down to the 37-yard line, picking up a gain of 4. As the clock rolls down to zeros, and as there's a banana on the screen doing a floss, along with some referees on the sideline. What are you guys doing there? But the banana is out, indicating it is now the end of the third quarter. FAU scoring 2 touchdowns thanks to N'Kosi's passes to both Jaquan Burton and LaJohntay Wester. Jaquan Burton and Tony Johnson. Thank you all for joining me here tonight. 24-17 FAU leads. This is Jacob Kelley. This is FAU Owl Radio. We will be right back.
Fans, take out those flashlights. It's time for the Go Solar Power Light Show.
And we are back here at FAU Owls Football Stadium, Howard Schellenberger Field. Jacob Kelley here, JK Productions. FAU now with a 24-17 lead. 2 touchdowns in that third quarter. UAB did get a field goal there at the end to bring it back to a one-score game. However, now N'Kosi Perry under center, I formation. 2 receivers right, 1 to his left. In the backfield behind him is Larry McCammon and his tight end, number 88, Marvin Landy. Dropping back is N'Kosi, and what a snag by Jamal Edrin. Ball thrown to the outside, and what looked like a pass interference call did not matter to Jamal as he's able to stretch out his hands and pick up a big first down there. What a snag by Edrin. Quickly now, FAU goes trips right, 1 receiver left, that being Edrin. Hand the ball off as N'Kosi Perry, this time to Larry McCammon, who is quickly met and greeted by a plethora of defensive linemen there by the Blazers. However, great snag there on the play by Edrin. As we start the fourth quarter there, the fourth quarter was a bountiful one for the Owls. Now leading rusher Zabir Mobley started off with a 45-yard rush to start that first drive there of the third quarter. Larry McCammon, 52 yards. N'Kosi Perry, 36. Johnny Ford with 7 as N'Kosi Perry shotgun formation with Larry McCammon alongside him to his left. 3 wide receivers to his right. N'Kosi takes the snap and looks immediately over to his right. And, clean but scary tackle there as we see Jaquan Burton end up landing on his backside after being in the air as the ball was sailed over his head. N'Kosi Perry threw 3 quarters, 13 of 22, 180, and most importantly, 3 touchdowns and has not been sacked once this game. Hope that's not a little bit of a commentator's curse there. However, the love has gone around. Jamal Edrin, 3 catches, 21 yards. Jaquan Burton, 2 catches, 55, and a touchdown, that long 50-yard touchdown, of course, as N'Kosi Perry takes the snap, looks to his left, looks to Jamal in one-on-one coverage, and no flag on the play as there was a lot of contact between Jamal and the defender there as the FAU punt team will have to come back onto the field here. 13:49 left to go here in the fourth quarter. Jacob Kelley, JK Productions, FAU with a 24-17 lead. Okay. Not explaining what I just saw on the Jumbotron. Receiving-wise, as I was saying, Jamal Edrin, 21. Jaquan Burton, 55. Johnny Ford, 2 catches for 54 yards, both being really big receptions. One of those being a touchdown early on in the game, and one being a third down reception, which eventually set up a touchdown for. And the kick is back. Fair catching it at the 15-yard line is the corner, the returner, Starling Thompson, the 5th. Not here on my sheet, but Tony Johnson picking up his first touchdown of the game, first of the season there on that drive. LeJohn also has 2 catches for 36 yards on the game. Riley Thompson has had himself a fantastic game punting the ball. We've seen the FAU Aussie style punter pin the Blazers deep back in their own territory twice now, one resulting in a touchdown, one resulting in a punt. Has averaged 54 yards per punt. Has had a long of 71. Most of that, of course, being on a roll, but still, it counts. As UAB will be taking over possession now, trailing 7 points here, 13:41 left to go in the game. I will be taking a break. We will be right back. Thank you all for tuning in on the YouTube. The love of you tonight. Give me everything tonight. Might not get tomorrow. Let's do it tonight. It's coming home with me. Grab somebody sexy, tell them, hey, give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything tonight. Give me everything. Oh. This chair is perfect for cracking your back. You know when you start cracking your back, it goes and it just keeps cracking each time? Oh, like 6 cracks right there. Promise tonight, darling. I might drink a little more than I should tonight. Ooh, fireworks. Vlogging time. $13:41 left to go here in the game. UAB with their first possession of the fourth quarter. Jacob with the play action look deep down the middle of the field, able to hit his man at the 30-yard line. Third reception of the game there. Dexter Boykin able to pick up the first down there to move UAB further away from their own goal line. 15-yard gain there by Boykin. Great connection there. Jacob Zeno drops back off his back foot, able to hit his man over the middle of the field for the first down. Now behind him is his leading rusher, Dwayne McBride. Handing off to McBride is Jacob McBride, able to get to the outside and is spun down after a gain of 4 to about the 34-yard line. Tackle there by Damon Hill, his third tackle on the ball game. And with 12:35 left to go here in this ball game, FAU up 24-17. Driving now, UAB, Jacob Zeno has the ball, 34-yard line, waiting to take the snap in pistol formation. 2 receivers to his left, hand the ball up the middle to his running back, Brown, who is only able to pick up 2 yards. So FAU here, 3rd and 4, 12 minutes left to go in this ball game. UAB looking to drive the ball downfield, put up 6, potentially tie this ball game up. However, FAU here with a great opportunity to get their defense off the field, to get their offense back on the field, and put a little bit more distance between them and the Blazers as they look to get closer back to 500, trying to climb up Conference USA standings, currently sitting at 7th in the conference, 2-2 in conference. Jacob Zeno fakes the handoff, gets across the 40-yard line, 50 into FAU territory, pushed out at the 45-yard line. Jacob Zeno, when he has decided to run, he's picked up first downs every single time. 3 carries now, all 3 plus 10 yards, all 3 picking up first downs. This one getting the ball now over on the FAU side of things with the ball on the 43-yard line. First and 10 from the 43-yard line. 11:15 left to go. Brown behind Jacob. Jacob now passing into a rolling out left. Brown, nothing there for him. Brown tackled just short of the line of scrimmage. Tackled by Marlon Bradley, the redshirt sophomore out of Deltona, Florida, Deltona High School. There, no gain on the play. If anything, a slight loss on the play. Second and 10 from the 43. Jacob Zeno looking to the sideline for the play call. Staying in the game behind him is Jermaine Brown Jr. Through 3 quarters, Jermaine Brown, 8 carries for 42 yards and a long of 24, that being at the end of the first half. Shotgun formation now. Jacob hands the ball off up the middle, goes Jermaine Brown and gets across, not cross, but near the 40-yard line. Tackle on the play by Kelvin Dean Jr. Kelvin Dean Jr. That'd be interesting if he was making a tackle. Tackle on the play by Jalen Wester, the freshman linebacker there from Palmetto, Florida. Able to make a tackle, and we have another third down for the FAU defense, attempting to get off the field, attempting to give N'Kosi Perry the ball. We then looking to go down and score his 4th touchdown of the game. However, for now, 41-yard line, UAB sets up Jacob Zeno in shotgun formation. Alongside him in the backfield is his running back, Jermaine Brown Jr. 3 wide receivers right. Hand the ball off is Jacob Zeno. And Brown able to get across the 35, diving towards the first down. And it appears he has gotten it at first glance at the very least. So on a 3rd and long, UAB attempting there the carry and picking up the first down. Walking out the field injured, though, for them is their tight end Bryce Damus, hobbling off the field there under his own power. Play does not come to a stop. But UAB does pick up the first down there, as Jacob Zeno and crew are now down to the FAU 33-yard line. 2 receivers right, a tight end and wide receiver left. Zeno handing off to his running back, that being Dwayne McBride, being tackled just short of the 30-yard line is McBride. McBride had himself a phenomenal first half. Had 105, averaging 10.5 a carry through the first half. However, only picking up an additional 13 yards in the third quarter. Now has his total at 15 carries for 118 and a touchdown and a long of 63. That, of course, being that touchdown. Staying the ball in the ball game. Now taking the handoff is McBride, who gets the ball down within the 30-yard line down to the 27-yard line to bring up another third down. So can the FAU defense get off the field? FAU has had 3 third downs here up to this point now where they've been trying to get off the field, have not done so. Now, 3rd and 4, 8 minutes left to go. Ball on the FAU 27-yard line. FAU trying to get off the field, get the offense back the ball. Jacob Zeno in the pistol. Behind him is Dwayne McBride, 2 receivers left. Hand the ball up the middle to McBride is Zeno. McBride staying on his feet, shedding a tackle or 2, getting across the first down and getting down to the 22-yard line, coming close to the red zone is McBride, picking up another first down for these Blazers offense. Jalen Williams there with a tackle for FAU. 7.5 to go here in the ball game. Both these offenses have done a good job at protecting the ball, as we have not seen a single turnover by either side up to this point. Zeno, shotgun formation, McBride to his left, 2 receivers left, tight end tucked to the left of the line, handing off to McBride is Zeno. McBride getting to the outside, getting down to the 15-yard line before being pushed out of bounds after a gain of 7 on the play. Bring up a 2nd and 3. Had a FAU player lose his helmet there, that being number 30, Armani Eli Adams, losing his hat. So we'll have to come off for one play. 7 or 8 yard gain, 6:50 left to go in this ball game. Jacob Zeno has had himself a great game, stepping in for his injured quarterback. 3 receivers to the left, 1 to the right. Zeno handing the ball off to Brown. Brown breaking to the outside, getting tackled out of bounds just short of the first down marker to bring up a 3rd and 1 here with 6.5 left to go. Jacob Zeno has to be happy with his performance here so far tonight. 12 of 41, 168, and a touchdown. That's nothing that's going to break the box office. Nothing that 30 years from now he was going to remember. However, in a relief attempt for the injured Dylan Hopkins, who was hurt last game, stepping in and performing very well up to this point is Zeno. Zeno now in the pistol with his lead rusher, the best running back in college football statistically behind him. However, for this 3rd down and a long one, UAB head coach Bryant Vincent electing to call a timeout here with the clock just under 6 minutes here to go in the 3rd quarter. This UAB offense has the ball and is moving here in the 4th quarter, but the UAB defense, and specifically its pass defense, has played at an elite level this season. UAB has the nation's 2nd-ranked pass efficiency defense, having allowed opposing quarterbacks to complete just 54.8% of their passes for just 1,185 yards. That's an average of 169.3 per ball game. UAB is coming off a contest at Western Kentucky where they held the nation's 4th leading passer, Austin Reed, to just 128 passing yards. Additionally, UAB ranks 8th nationally in passing yards allowed, 18th in scoring defense, which is 17.7 a game, and 21st in total defense with 323.9 yards allowed per ball game. FAU, in spite of this defense, is having themselves a very good ball game. Up to this point, N'Kosi Perry, 187 yards, 155 on the ground. So 342 total is just over what they average per game. With 6 minutes left to go, and FAU will be getting the ball at least one more time after this drive, hopefully adding more to that and hopefully adding more points to this game. With this timeout, the 2 teams meeting on the sideline. So we'll continue to talk about the UAB defense. Senior linebacker Noah Wilder is 2 tackles away coming into this game from being just the 4th player in school history to tally 300 tackles. With 14 tackles last time out at Western Kentucky, Wilder moves into 4th place on UAB's career tackles list. Wilder is currently 2nd in Conference USA with an average of 10 tackles per game, equating to 70 total through 7 games this season. So far this season, UAB started the year off September 1st, week 1, with a win, 59-0 against University of Alabama A&M. Then lost to Liberty at Liberty 21-14. Defeated Georgia Southern at home 35-21. Lost to Rice 28-24. I will continue that momentarily as the teams have taken back to the field. Jacob Zeno in the pistol. Behind him is running back Dwayne McBride. Zeno hand the ball up the middle and is stuffed immediately. Tackle behind, bringing up a 4th down here. Emerging from the pack is Jalen Wheeler, bring up a loss on the play here. 5:45 left to go. Decisions need to be made now by UAB. You're down by 7. A field goal would bring you closer, but do you go take the points here and trust your defense, which is ranked so highly in so many statistical categories, or you put the ball in the hands of your quarterback, the man coming in for the injured starter? Do you let it roll with him? And it appears they are. Dylan Hopkins out of this ball game. Jacob Zeno has started and led the way so far, being trusted with the ball. But the coaching staff would like to take some time to think of it. Brian Vincent calling a timeout here, using his 2nd timeout this drive, leading them with just 1 left to go. So if UAB does not pick this up, FAU will have the ball with just over 5 minutes left to go in this ball game. UAB only able to stop the clock 1 time after that. FAU defensively has not been able to get off the field, and I'm sure win or loss, that is something that Willie Taggart is going to have a deep conversation with his defense later on On this drive alone, we've seen 3 third down conversions. Coming into it, UAB was only 1 of 6 on third down. However, now being 4 of 9 down in crunch time, this defense needs to step up here. FAU's gone for it twice on fourth down pickup both times. UAB has not gone for it at all on fourth down here. 5:11 left to go. 24 to 17. FAU with the lead. Jacob Zeno, pistol formation. Bunch trios to his left. Zeno drops back, looks to his left, has a man open. It is deflected. It is incomplete. FAU be taking the ball over. 1st and 10 on the 15-yard line. 5:05 left to go. Huge defensive play there. Number 22, Jaden Williams, getting in the way between the passer and the receiver, deflecting the ball. It falls incomplete. This defense comes up with a huge defensive stop here on fourth down. 5 minutes left to go here. The second to last home game of the season, Halloween weekend. Thank you all for choosing to tune in to FAU Owl Radio. My name is Jacob Kelley. On the other side of the break, FAU will be getting the ball on their own 15-yard line. 5:05 left to go, up 7 points. Woo. Baby Lomberg. Dang it. Ooh, Tennessee's destroying Kentucky. Whew. Ooh, ooh. Donovan, is that you, the one viewer, or no? Is it somebody else? If it's somebody else, hi. I hope you enjoy my dancing. Somebody came in, my heart just dropped. We are back here with only 5 minutes, 5 seconds left to go in this ball game. The Cozy Perry and company coming back after a huge defensive stop on fourth down. Coming up with the play for FAU was number 22, Jaden Williams, deflecting the pass, leading to the fourth down stop. Now with 5 minutes left to go, and FAU maintaining a 7-point lead, hoping to control the ball, take some time off this clock, and win this ball game. The Cozy Perry under center now. Behind him is Larry McCammon. 2 receivers to his right, handing it off to Larry McCammon. And is immediately stuffed at the line of scrimmage. No gain there on the play. Clock now trickles under 5 minutes left to go. Before this game gets really into crunch time, let's look at the rest of college football. The top 25. USC currently leading over Arizona 31-29. As the third quarter there has just come to an end. Tennessee rolling. University of Kentucky 37-6. Third place Tennessee there destroying. Ole Miss has a 17-14 lead in A&M in College Station over Texas A&M. The Cozy Perry in the pistol now. Again, McCammon behind him, faking the handoff and rolls out to his left and has so much space to run into. The Cozy wisely deciding to slide at the 29-yard line. Beautiful fake there. The play action had a man on his back. Howard's able to spin out of it and had all the green to run into, picks up 15 on the play, and more importantly, picks up a fresh set of downs as this clock continues to roll for this FAU offense. Now 4 minutes left to go in this ball game. Larry McCammon is staying in the ball game. Jaquan Burton, LaJonte Wester close to me on the right side. Jaquan on the outside of 30, LaJonte on the inside of 30. Probably not going to see the ball much this drive as Nkosi hands the ball off again, this time to Larry McCammon. Ball gets across the 30-yard line. Larry loses his hat, so he's going to have to come out of the ball game as Zabiri Mobley checks back in the game. Clock now at 3.5 minutes. Clock stopped for the moment as FAU is allowed time to get Zabiri in the ball game. Checking also in the game for FAU is Jamal Edrin. Checking out is Marvin Landy. So now 3 wide receivers in the ball game for FAU. Five on the line of scrimmage. 2nd and 8. 3:13 left here. And we have a stoppage. And FAU elects to take their first timeout here of the half with 3 minutes, 11 seconds left to go in this ball game in a 7-point advantage for FAU. Thank you again for everybody tuning into today's broadcast. It's the last time I'll mention it before the end of the ball game, but this is going to be my last time here calling a game for the FAU football team. I am not done, though, for FAU Owl Radio and for FAU as a whole, as I have picked up a job working with the FAU women's basketball team, so we'll be covering, as far as I'm aware, every single ball game for the FAU women's basketball team this upcoming winter and spring. Hopefully can also catch a few of the men's basketball games and then baseball season as I wrap up my senior year, my wonderful time here at FAU. Thank you all who's tuned in tonight. Shout out to everybody who stuck with us here in the stadium. Crowds didn't quite exceed the UCF game and the last game against Rice, as the Halloween celebration, I'm sure, has already started to kick on for a lot of the students here at FAU, as we've seen so many costumes around. We've seen bananas. I see 2 bananas just here in front of me. We've seen referees. We've seen jokers. So I guess you could say we've seen the same thing. But it's been a great night here. Beautiful night here. Mid 70 degrees. Slight breeze. As well, maybe a little bit more than a slight breeze, as I'm looking down to the palm trees and the flags in the southwest corner, the southwest end zone, as the kids are still running around there, pushing and shoving. Maybe future Owls for this football team. But I'd like to thank, again, everybody here today for this broadcast, as FAU looks to get back on the winning side of things. I feel like I've said that so many times this year. FAU started the year off 2-1, then proceeded to lose 4 out of their next 5, leading into tonight's ball game. That one win being against Rice 2 weeks ago in a 17-14 victory here at FAU Football Stadium last week on the road. In El Paso, taking on UTEP was a failing effort by this University of Florida Atlantic. I guess that's what we're going to call them. This Florida Atlantic team dropped 24-21. We've seen quite a few close losses this year. Ohio lost by 3. Purdue lost by 2. UTEP lost by 3. Those are games that you want to win, can't win them all. Nkosi Perry under center, I formation, handing the ball off, turning around immediately, handing the ball off to Larry McCammon, who came back into the ball game now. With 3 minutes left to go in this ball game, no timeout being called here. Very interesting choice, as Brian Vincent for UAB electing to hold on to his last timeout. So here, if you're FAU, what do? Do you trust Nkosi with the football to make a pass? Only wide receiver here is Jamal Edrin, lined up outside to the left on the 30. Now 2.5 minutes left to go. Nkosi under center, I formation. Nkosi hands the ball off up the middle to Larry McCammon. and nothing going there on the play. And quickly, timeout being called by Brian Vincent with 2:23 left to go. So FAU plays it safe there, trusts their punter. We've seen Riley Thompson pin this team back quite a few times. Willie Taggart decided, saying, hey, we trust our punter, we trust our defense, and we don't trust that quarterback on the other side filling in today. He's had himself a great day, but we're going to let the backup quarterback try to go beat us, try to go tie this ball game, and he'll have some time to do it. UAB will probably get the ball with about 2:15 left to go in this game, depending on how the punt goes. So there is time. They'll be out of timeouts. Clock will only stop with incompletions, ball going out of bounds, and first downs, of course. But there is time for action. There is time for UAB to come back and tie this game. UAB in their very USF-esque jerseys, green pants, the white jerseys with the with the green shoulder cuffs. And I'll give it to them. That logo, that dragon on the helmet, on the dull gold helmet, it looks good. I'll give them that. But I do love these FAU blackout jerseys, black with the red tint and the red shiny helmets. Riley Thompson out on his own 18-yard line. Deep back, the returner, number 4, Starling Thomas. And nearly getting there, the special teams group of UAB nearly got in there. They really sent the house since I can count 7 guys there at Riley Thompson. A little bit of discussion here by the referees. Not sure if there's a penalty marker thrown that I just can't see. But a ref went over and is discussing with head coach Bryant Vincent. I'll inform you what that is in a second. So we have an illegal formation by the punt team of FAU, which is going to give UAB an additional 5 yards to where the fair catch was caught by Thomas. So now instead of the ball being at the 21-yard line, the ball will be out on the 26-yard line. It is time. Jacob Zeno has had a very good game up to this point. Backup quarterback stepping in place here of the starter, Dylan Hopkins, who should be good to return next game. However, this quick play, now a handoff up the middle, able to roll to the outside, hand the ball off to Jermaine Brown Jr. The quick rushing play gets the first down. So now the ball over to the 36-yard line. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a ball game here. 2 minutes left to go. 2 receivers either side of Jacob. Jacob looks to his left the entire way, nothing there, and ultimately makes the wise decision to just chuck the ball out of bounds. Targeting there on the play, targeting his wide receiver, Dexter Boykin there on the left sideline. Mostly just throwing it over his head, though, out of bounds. In the ball game remains Jermaine Brown alongside Jacob Zeno. 3 receivers right. Boykin to his left. Taking a snap, looking right immediately is Jacob, and has his man, but drops it there. Number 2, Fred Ferrier, the second there, had the completion. Maybe he takes it for a first down. Maybe he's tackled before the chains. However, what we know for a fact, it is 3rd down. 3rd and 10 on the UAB 36-yard line. 1:51 left to go. FAU with a 7-point lead over the Blazers. Here, Jacob Zeno, pistol formation, 2 receivers either side. Now alongside him is Jermaine Brown to his left. Rolling out to his right is Brown. Rushing up the middle is Eno, and is tackled. Jacob Zeno rushing up the middle, only picks up 4 yards there, maybe 5 yards, keeping it now the clock under a minute 40. Tackle there short, 6 yards short. 4th and 6 here. A tackle here before the sticks surely means this game is over. Opportunity for FAU to walk this off with a defensive stop. Jacob Zeno, shotgun formation, takes the snap, looks to his right, and hits his man. Getting just beyond the first down marker, picking out the first down now with a minute 17 left to go in this ball game. Dejon Palmer there, losing his helmet for FAU, is number 24, Michael Antoine Jr., so he will have to come off for a snap. 6-yard gain on the play. Shotgun formation, takes the snap, looks to his right, has a man not necessarily open, nearly intercepted. That ball was just underthrown a little bit more. Dwight Toombs may have been able to get his hands on it. However, nothing there, bringing up a second down here for this UAB offense. Thank you all for tuning in tonight. Minute 8 seconds left to go in this ball game. FAU with a 24-17 point lead against UAB. 1:08 left to go. Jacob Zeno, shotgun formation, takes the snap, this time electing to hand the ball off to his running back and able to get across the 50, able to get across near the first down marker, might even have the first down, is Dwayne McBride. Clock now, a minute left in the game. 3 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. McBride in the ball game alongside of Zeno. Electing to go his way is Jacob, and immediately blown up. However, staying on his feet is McBride, tackled inbounds at the 39-yard line. Second down and 6, 40 seconds left to go. Jacob Zeno and UAB driving the ball downfield, shotgun formation, pistol. Now back to shotgun. McBride to his left, 3 receivers left. Hand the ball to McBride is Zeno. McBride picks up first down, 30, 25, tackled at the 23-yard line. The clock will stop here now with 29 seconds left to go. With no timeouts, UAB electing to rush this ball. Clocking the ball is Jacob Zeno now with 24 seconds left to go here in this ball game. It is coming down here to the end, ladies and gentlemen. 24 seconds left to go. Jacob Kelley here, FAU Owl Radio. Thank you, everybody, for tuning into today's broadcast. FAU 24-17 here. FAU 2 timeouts left in their back pocket. 0 for UAB, and UAB is driving now. Jacob Zeno in the game. Shotgun formation. 2 receivers either side. Jermaine Brown alongside him in the backfield, and FAU will elect to call a timeout. That is FAU's second timeout of the ball game. UAB surprisingly come out running the ball a lot here. We know how strong this rushing attack is with Dwayne McBride, even Jermaine Brown getting in on the action here in the fourth corner. Trusting their backs, Dwayne McBride now with a tasty stat line of 24 carries, 152, 6.3 a carry, so below his average, although I think everybody can live with that, and a touchdown. But Jermaine Brown Jr., just as impressive. 12 carries, 63 yards, 5.5 per carry. And Jacob Zeno, when he has decided to run things, 6 carries, 50 yards, averaging 8.2 per carry. Their rushing attack surpassing their passing attack so far in the ball game. Now, back from a FAU timeout, 2nd and 10. Jacob Zeno, Dwayne McBride taking this ball down into FAU territory on the 23, 2nd and 10. Jacob Zeno drops backs, has all the time, rolling out to his right and chucking it downfield. And is it a completion? No good. Out of bounds, calls the side referee, the side judge, Jermaine Livingston, calling out of bounds there on the play. Unable to get the toe tap there was a UAB wide receiver. 3rd and 10. 14 seconds left to go. If you're not excited, I don't know what's wrong with you. If you can't feel your heartbeat, or what did Mike McDaniel say? This is what we live for here. 14 seconds left to go. 3rd and 10. Jacob drops back, looks left, targets the end zone, has a man one-on-one, and the ball sails out of bounds. Some pushing and shoving there by the wide receiver and the defensive back there for FAU on the play there, number 22, Jaden Williams. 8 seconds remaining. FAU 24, UAB 17, 4th and 10. UAB is putting themselves together a very serious drive here, try to put points on the board, perhaps force overtime, maybe go for 2 if they end up getting it. But first, a 4th and 10 from the FAU 23. 2 receivers either side of Jacob Zeno. Alongside him in the backfield is Brown Jr. Looking to the right, looking to the end zone, has a man. He dropped it! That is the game! FAU will be walking out of here 4-5 due to a great defensive play there to disrupt the pass. Number 24, Michael Antoine Jr. there, deflecting the pass in the back of the end zone. FAU will be taking the ball over on downs, and we'll move to 4-5. We'll move to 3-2 in Conference USA. Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a fantastic ball game. This has been a fantastic ball game, and I couldn't have asked for a better way to end this as my last game here for FAU. Commentating up here as the Cozy Perry comes out in victory formation to finish this ball game. FAU will have one more ball game here at home. And now our 4-5 on the season. We'll be seeing back here the last ball game of the season against Western Kentucky, November 26th. But I want to take some time, as again, this is my last ball game, just to thank some people that have really helped me along my way. Starting with Jacob Brown, who welcomed me into this program and it got me into my first game here last year. I had no idea what I was doing. And here I am now, have this job, have a second job here for FAU. I'd like to thank Adiel. I'd like to thank Katrina McCormick, everybody who's worked here, all the people I've commentated with, Alicia, Nick Tarak. This is not a goodbye because I'm still going to be on calls for the women's basketball team, for the men's basketball team, for the baseball team when that time comes. But this is my last ever football game here for FAU. And I just want to thank everybody who's been around here. Thank you, Donovan. Thank you for everybody who's tuned in to all these broadcasts and listened in. It's been amazing. I truly can't say enough how amazing this has been, how amazing experience this has been for me. Starting my college career as a business major who only was doing that because Publix is paying me for it, having no idea what I was doing, and now here I am commentating football games, have my own radio show, have my own YouTube channel, and those watching on my YouTube channel, thank you for watching. Please appreciate if you subscribe and check out the rest of my content. But I'm so thankful for everybody. Thank you for my family, for my girlfriend, everybody who supported me through this. And I hope I can continue beyond this, as this is something I absolutely love to do. But thank you all for tuning in to today's broadcast. I'm glad I didn't get too emotional, as I definitely felt it coming. FAU takes the victory 24-17 in a gut-wrenching last drive to win the game. Again, thank you so much for everybody who's been with me along this way. Hope everybody listening today has had themselves a fun time watching our FAU Owls, listening to our FAU Owls win. My name is Jacob Kelley, and for last time here, I'm checking out. So thank you all for being a part of this.